Hey.
Hopefully our
I'm
internet
not
holds
doing
up.
the recap again. If you want to recap, just watch the other previous 37 sessions. How many sessions?
Yes, we need the viewers.
3, apparently.
This is number 33, so 32 sessions.
All right.
Get that
Oh,
view
yeah, that
time
one.
up.
So,
Why is my Discord connection so bouncy right now?
bouncy. That's an interesting.
It keeps fluctuating wildly. Hold on.
Like the bars keep like, oh no.
Yeah, it keeps going from like green to yellow to green to red to yellow to green.
Supposedly I've been disconnected this whole time, so maybe I'm just having like, I don't know. Maybe I have undiagnosed schizophrenia or something. Who knows?
Oh, so you're also having an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, if everyone's having the same problem, then maybe it doesn't mean anything.
Where do you
I
see
have-
that?
I have no bars on my Discord.
That's weird.
Down at the bottom, video connected. Oh, yeah,
Is
mine-
everybody? Okay, so
Yeah,
that's a
mine is
Discord
too.
thing then. Okay, never mind. I won't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, mine's good.
So,
I won't worry about it then.
all right, and Octavio just, I don't know. Octavio fucked off. No, actually, what happened? I forgot. Viri gave Octavio a horn, a drinking horn that was inlaced with gold, and it had like a heartfelt inscription on it, and then he just
Neither of us can
out of
remember right
existence,
now.
just poof, it just explodes into a bunch of like, I don't know,
Happiness? I don't know.
like sparkles.
Oh.
And now Octavio's not here anymore.
Okay.
No, Octavio's trying to reconstruct himself in his room.
We all accept that as normal. And
Octavio is no.
He's working things out.
All of the lights got a little too out of control, and he lost his full, form. It's just, it happens.
Yeah.
Spontaneously combusted
There we go. From joy.
from joy.
Mhm.
Octavio accidentally said the word diagonally, and he got sent to Nocturne Alley. So
Ah.
Andrew, can you
God.
turn your mic up a little bit?
yeah, absolutely.
We have our first viewer on the stream. His name is J Monsalve2. He says hi. He's a longtime fan.
Wow.
Gross. Get him out of here.
Gross.
Ban him.
Security.
Oh my god. He's gonna spam gifts in there now.
Unbelievable.
Oh god, wait, not the weird ones. I specifically am saying not the weird ones.
No.
Oh, now he's gonna do the weird ones.
Somehow
gotta be
gifts will
careful.
be in the Twitch chat.
You opt out and you still opt in. I don't understand.
I wasn't opted in. Did you guys get an email with gifts or
I
something?
opted in. No, I was
told-
opted in, but I didn't want to be.
I told
Nobody had a choice.
it says. Let me check. It says my mic on.
Oh, no, it's cutting out. You messing with it?
No, not
Oh.
Oh, okay. He said you're a little bit low on the stream, and I got you maxed out on my end for Discord.
Same.
Breathes directly into the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Jose
Gotta
and
get really
Kristen
close.
are both typing in the stream. Someone needs
Oh
to
my
drive.
God.
Someone needs to drive, guys. Look at the road.
Good lord.
He's driving. I don't understand.
He says that he's lucky that we can't use GIFs in the chat. It would be overloaded.
Yeah, I don't think Twitch lets you do that, if I remember right.
Yeah.
He said you reduced your gain for the podcast, Andrew.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have. That's weird.
Oh.
That's Audacity. Do I have to open up Audacity to do that?
I mean, you shouldn't have to for this.
No, that should be
Yeah.
an Audacity only setting.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
Do you have like a physical gain knob on your microphone?
No, I do.
Boop.
How about now? Is that better?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
better, yeah.
a lot better.
That's weird. It's Audacity that's controlling it.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow, okay.
Okay.
Audacity is like
Interesting.
hardwired to
It's
whatever
probably,
works.
it's probably linked to some sort of like device menu, but I just whatever. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. It's fine.
Huh, that's good. It sounds good.
If it works, it
It-
works. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's better.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is so weird. Yeah, well, because I don't think people want to hear me breathing for 2.5 hours on the podcast like last time.
You know, someone might.
That was
I've heard complaints.
To be ended.
There was one person that's like, damn it, he turned his game down.
Oh, man.
I can't listen anymore. He turned it down.
I'd like to put the ASMR factor. I wanted to hear somebody breathing down my neck.
You can hear
I
the
wanted
bubbles
the-
of the beer.
Yeah, I wanted the I wanted the scruff and the burping. Like what happened?
I want the Rick Sanchez of it all.
Ugh.
I think at one point I heard somebody scratching their beard.
Oh
Like
yes.
I definitely heard like the
Wait.
audible. Like,
Was that the most recent one? Most
The-
recent
Oh.
one?
the one
The
before that.
the one about DMing.
No, that was the one before this one.
Oh, okay.
Andrew,
Yeah.
Jose says
The
so
one about
you're still
DMing, though,
low
just scruff.
compared to everyone else.
I heard it the entire time. I was like, somebody just scratched their fucking beard.
That might have been me because I was going like,
I
Hear the
swear,
rustling.
I thought it was, and I was like, Andrew doesn't have a beard. Maybe it was Soul. Like I was literally.
You're like
Yeah.
working it out. You're like, who could that
One-
be?
One
But
less thing,
It doesn't
Andrew.
sound like a full beard.
huh?
Jose saying you're still low compared to everyone else.
I think yours is good now.
Yeah, I turned the stream.
Well, we
sound
also have
as
him
well.
turned all the way up on our Discord.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, that is weird. Let me see.
Just go in Audacity and put every setting to the right.
Does this sound
Ah.
better?
God,
Whoa.
Andrew, make up.
Yeah.
Too loud?
No, no, that's good.
Yeah, if it's too loud for you now, just turn it down on Discord.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Does this sound better? Everyone's here.
It's that that gif of like the skeleton holding on to like a chain link fence. It's just
Yeah. Oh
right.
man.
let's get this party started.
All right.
Yeah.
Literally. Okay. So we're currently
I've
in the
forgotten. No,
tavern.
I'm good. All right. I was like, have I forgotten how to do Swift's voice? No.
me. Okay, we're good. Anyways,
Sure, vodka, potatoes. All right.
You're in. That's it.
Potatoes.
wrong. It's pronounced Watka. Anyways,
Vodka,
Mm.
but,
red wines.
But
Are you gonna
okay,
fight with Swift?
I will fight with Swift, but not as me. I will fight as somebody else fighting.
Ron's coming down and
Some
arguing
random
with
guy.
Swift.
All he has to do is possess me with a ghost. We already figured it out.
Problem solved.
All I have to do is possess you as a ghost and ignore a whole block of rules, apparently. So, anyways, besides that, okay. So the hour is getting late. You presume. You can only tell because there's less foot traffic coming in. There's no way to tell outside because it's eternal night.
Ghost is
Because-
getting active.
Yeah, things are starting to. There's more empty beer mugs than there are people or patrons, what have you. However, Speaker Matthew and Velen are still discussing her small entourage of kobolds, including the undead ones are still there. The ones that are undead, now that you've noticed that, smell strongly of perfumes and like scented garland and stuff like
Mm.
that.
Cover up the death smell.
Imagining like clove and orange and
Just everything. Just, you know what, take this orange peel and just smash it on your face and just get those oils in there.
There's like a little pocket in their rib cage. It's like stuffed with potpourri.
what I'm imagining. Yeah.
The potpourri
Just like
pocket.
potpourri like sticking out of the ribs.
Yeah, they just, all right, what wound did you die from? And we're just gonna,
We should stuff
Patch that
right
up.
there.
there we
Gonna
go.
stow some potpourri
We don't
inside.
need
Let's go.
stitches anymore.
However, it seems like Speaker Matthew is either uncaring or unknowing of the undead kobolds, of which there's only like, I believe, 2 at this point.
It would be rude to mention it.
Yeah, be a little awkward. Be like, hey, they're dead.
Hey,
Why
wait
you
a
so
second.
dead, little buddy.
Wait.
They're dead, but yet they live. So, you know.
Hmm.
You're dead, but you're walking. I don't. Do not comprehend.
The Walking Dead?
Huh?
Anyway.
Oh, the walking dead.
They said that
Walking
they would
Oh,
That's
not-
gotta exist.
It's me, a zombie. Christopher Walken.
There's gotta be a picture somewhere.
I'll be
Maybe.
right back. Hold on.
I've made that
Oh,
personal
there's gotta
mission.
be a meme for that.
I gotta find it.
Despaired so hard he
He
left
just
the
full,
stream.
full left.
Definitely not dog related.
Oh my god, why am I still yawning? I've had coffee, I've had sugar, I don't understand. Oh, I'm 30. Okay, never mind.
Ah.
That's what happens.
See, I was already tired all the time before I turned 30.
Yep,
Oh.
I've been tired since a child.
I've been tired since the day I was born.
I was 2 weeks late, I slept in.
I didn't cry when I came out of the womb. I just heaved a heavy sigh, weary of this world.
Is this Nick Offerman?
Immediately realized, like, oh, I'm born into the shits. Okay.
Didn't want to come out. Why? Damn it. Why?
I never asked for this.
Jose
I
says he's
never
very
asked
sleepy
for
as well.
taxes.
One day I'll have to pay taxes until I die.
Sorry about that.
One day my knee joint will pop so loud someone will hear it clear across the house.
I can already hear it.
Oh, wait,
Sorry.
I already got that.
I did that happen
Yeah,
earlier
today.
today.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
thought she
God.
dropped
Just like-
something.
It's like,
No, that was just me, I guess.
He thought I ran into something.
Yeah.
This is relatable, right? Hey, you're driving. Jose, you're driving. You can't be sleepy.
Jose's
Stop
our
that.
he's our biggest fan. We got
Stop
more
it.
comments in the Twitch
Is
chat than
he-
ever.
Is he talking about how he sleeps? Jose, stop interrupting. You're even from beyond the veil. You
Are you
interrupt.
having Kristen type these in for you? What's happening?
I don't know. Kristen was typing on Facebook too.
Oh my God.
Oh god. Anyway,
This is
just
also-
ignore it.
Control of the
They're
phone.
driving and holding both phones up.
Oh sweet lord.
We need the views.
All right.
They taught one of the dogs how to do it.
I'm gonna start using my composer hands if I have to. Just-
Sorry.
Okay, not composer, but you know what I mean. Hey, conductor hands. All right. So, what do you guys wish to do anything in the meantime? Because if not, it's just things are just going to continue as is. This is going to give you a little bit of time to like explore the town if you so wish before things kind of get underway.
Definitely a large one.
Go for a little
Compare
stroll.
I want to
before
go
dinner.
to someplace where I can send some mail.
That's there.
Yeah.
Derek.
We got to see if he's sent Octavio's letters first.
I really
No,
don't.
no, he still hasn't sent them yet because we're waiting. Somebody comes once a 10 day,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, man.
that has not happened yet.
Yeah, because Octavio's like, hasn't been sent yet. Like you literally just gave it to me 30 minutes ago, but hasn't been sent yet. No.
Technically, the process has started.
Yeah, it's in transit. It's still
Yeah.
here, but it's in transit.
Do I need anything else?
We're making a label for it.
Are we
right
all
now.
just sitting at the table right now, or are we all just hanging out at the inn?
That's entirely up to you. I'm assuming you guys are hanging out at the end because that's
That's
where
where
we
I'm at.
left off last time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Swift just got the ring, and then right before Velen broke off with the rest of the group, said this thing to Mittens about a favor she needs done.
You still there?
Hey, Mittens.
What's up?
You're a criminal-minded person. How do you think we could make a bounty hunters go away per se?
Ooh. That's a tough choice, especially if they're connected. They could know
mean-
other people.
Do we fake my death?
It's not a bad idea, actually. That's definitely one way to get them off your trail.
I'm
We
honestly
need to find-
surprised.
We need to find a Goliath body. And
We know where one is.
we can find some cleaning chemicals and some torches.
We know where one is. You mean the one that got eaten by the Yetis?
Yes.
A little far.
You can't tell.
We-
They wouldn't know the difference between the tattoos.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't know. I mean, we can make it look almost unidentifiable and put it in the lake and let it get bloated. They won't be able to tell. We can do this.
I'm honestly surprised that
Unfortunately, there was nothing left to bloat because it was like ripped to shreds.
yeah, it was like a head
Oh,
basically.
that was the Yeti session. Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that
Um,
one.
I
Are
know
you
the
asking
bounty.
us that?
Oh yeah, this is a general at the table question. We were attacked. Oh, sorry. we were attacked recently by bounty hunters coming after me because of the concubine I seduced from the Pasha. The Pasha's sending people after me. There's a whole thing. I worth some money.
Did Howard not see the handout for the?
No.
I don't think so.
Let me see.
Depends
if
what the
I can-
handout was.
It's probably in your. Oh yeah, there's a wanted poster. It should be
Oh, I
in
see a
your
wanted
your
poster.
journal.
Mittens got choked
Yeah.
up because one of the party members is also wanted now and had a very high bounty.
Swift
That
is
is a
like
high bounty.
2,500 gold. Is like that feels like a lot.
That's a good
So-
bounty poster.
Swift is
Wow.
like I'm honestly surprised though. I know this is probably a lot of gold, but Icewind Dale is not. Usually, when people come here, it's to be forgotten about.
That's what I thought. I mean, that's why I came back here. Plus the eternal winter thing. I thought I could come back and help.
just you know what? This seems like a good time to go back home.
It's good timing. Good timing of things. 2 years into eternal winter.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
say what I said when we were ambushed initially. I think if more people are coming after you, staying put is a risky proposition. I mean, I don't know how difficult. That one wasn't very difficult to overcome, but I can only imagine it might get harder from there as people who are potentially more suited to hunting in
Me too.
Icewind Dale.
The
Um,
Pasha
I-
has some people you don't want to deal with.
Well, they're probably still at a disadvantage.
Alex, what were you gonna say? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I
cut
was
you
just
off
saying, Jose was asking if we're gonna read Octavio's letter.
Is he asking if we're gonna read the ones that he like wrote
the
and
ones you
I was
he
trying
mailed?
to mail, or
No.
we're not gonna read those?
I'm
No.
guessing that. I'm guessing so.
That's a federal crime. Do you guys want another 2,500 gold on your heads?
That's a yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
I'll be honest with you. The lion's share of Beery's bounty was for perjury. The other ones are like 5 or 10 gold apiece. But
It was actually for double parking. It was a fine that's been compounding. It's never been paid. Like originally, it was 25 gold, but interest.
Tax evasion.
What were you
Oh.
parking? Axe beaks? What?
Too many axe beaks in the loading
Whose
zone.
card is this? Whose card is this?
It's actually a caravan of some goods that may or may not have been mine. They fell off of another caravan.
Oh no.
Oh lord.
I'm imagining like the local grocery store. Someone gets on a megaphone. Is like, someone's axe beak is double parked and you left your lights on.
Just pull the hood up and just scamper out of there. I
Mittens,
have to leave town.
what is the situation with Vala? Has she agreed to the assist with the cobalt mines?
I thought so. I don't remember.
Is she is helping.
Like temporarily.
Yeah,
right?
she's discussing terms right now to kind of like she's acting like a sort of what's the word? Not a liaison, but like I guess like
Like an
ambassador.
An intermediary.
Yeah, for the kobolds because we're like, oh hey, you're a wizard and you have kobolds. Like, how do kobolds work? Small town.
That's. I mean, she's the expert. Clearly.
She's gonna get them
Clearly.
going.
She's
And
got a
send them on
posse.
their way.
She somehow manages to have 5 of them, and they're all not completely dead. So
Mhm.
she must know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
But what she said exactly, she kind of left it vague. She's just like, "I'll take care of this, but you got to promise that you're gonna take care of something for me in return."
Only Mittens heard that though, or did we also hear it?
If I remember correctly, because we're talking like a month here.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
correctly, I believe she only said it to Mitten.
So we
Yeah.
don't even know this. Okay.
It was a private conversation.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think we said that. I think we understand as we're supposed to help her get somewhere, but we probably don't know about the rest yet.
Well, that was what we said, that we were going to help her get to back to what's it called?
She was originally en route.
Targos.
Well, no, she was originally en route to Bremen, but a blizzard
Yeah.
blew her off course.
Right.
Yeah.
But Bremen's on this side of 10 Towns?
Bremen is on the other side of Tang Towns. It's just north of Targos.
I think
Right.
after this, we should probably head up to Lonelywood, right?
That was the plan, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to examine the moose situation, and Macretus is near Lonelywood.
Do they need us here anymore? It sounds like the situation's handled because she's taking care of it.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to leave right now. I thought we were going to leave tomorrow.
Well, no,
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean to say, we could come back through in a couple days and check on progress and
Well,
deal
on our
with...
way back in, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because we have to wrap things up in Targos before we head somewhere else.
Well,
Yeah.
as luck would have it, the speaker actually had he leaves the table with Velen. It seems like they are parting on good terms, so they must have came to some kind of arrangement. But you do see that he is, as he's leaving, he walks by and he gives you the easy smile and a thumbs up on what's going on, like you just pure politician stuff. But he does speak to an assistant that was always there. He was always there. Don't look back on the tapes and prove me wrong. He was always there.
I believe it.
It's
Okay,
in the
thank you.
background in the shadow.
Thank you, Howard.
Yep. It's like I was there.
Like a proper bellboy, always
Mhm.
present but never
He was
visible.
there like how he was there last time.
Yeah. He totally was there. Don't make me roll on the aneurysm table. Anyway,
Yes, assistants should be seen but not heard. But in
Yeah.
this case, they should be neither seen nor heard.
He's
Yeah.
basically Gary from Veep. I understand.
or Zero from Grand Budapest Hotel.
There
Anyway,
you go.
but he's talking with his assistant about how he has to make arrangements because he is due to Bryn Shander post haste regarding some sort of speaker council, somewhat or the other. And they're talking about if one of the speakers from one of the towns is even going to be there again, because he always is absent.
Classic Gary.
You imagine it's probably Speaker of Care Koenig?
Oh, the one that is like reportedly ill.
Yeah. For the past 3 months.
Care to Evil?
Care to Evil, there we go. I knew it was one of the cares. Gotta shake off the rust, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I have a list right here, so if you need references.
Thank you. But yes, so as luck would have it, you imagine you probably have a couple of days before whatever this is needs to get resolved.
Is this the same lake that butts up to where Plessy is?
I believe so, yes. I
Like
believe
on
it's
the
all just
another edge of it, right?
yeah.
Can we go find a bookstore? Like ABC for Plessies?
So you want what's it? So you cast Awaken on a Plesiosaurus.
It's in a chair backwards.
As luck would have it, and because I rolled good on the dice roll, as luck would have it, you do in fact find a bookstore. It is advertising used and rare books, that kind of a thing, first editions or first printings, that kind of a deal.
No.
That would be here, of all places.
It literally and like, the spine of the world. Just
That's a
want
great name for a
books
bookstore, actually.
Yeah.
What? The spine of the
Yeah.
world?
That is
It
a
is
great
actually
name.
great.
That's the name of it now.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Scratches this out. It just said bookstore. No.
Bob's Books.
Just got hit by inspiration. But yes, so you do find a bookstore. Inside is a if you so choose to go inside, it smells of paper, pulp, old like the faded smell of like leather, and for some reason coffee. There's always coffee at a bookstore.
Yuri's unimpressed, but personally, I think this sounds amazing.
The smell of a bookstore walking in with coffee is like heaven for me. Anyways,
There's a special thing about like printer ink that brings back all childhood memories. Like I walk into a print shop and I lose my mind.
the
I get
the
that.
the bookstore is small. It's probably about, I would say, probably about 30 cubic feet, give or take. There's like 2 or 3 shelves, including aisles and stuff like that. But yes, a reedy little elf with like the what are those type of glasses called? Not Nez Pierce, but you know the ones I'm talking about.
The little
The
small
kind of,
ones.
yeah, the kind that Morbius has where it just pinches your nose. Yeah, he's current. You see, he's currently toiling away at a book restoration device that it has like the presses, glue, and whatnot. So,
Right. I would like to walk up to this person and just, hi there. I need a couple things. One, do you have any good books for children? Also, do you have a map of Icewind Dale?
Books for children. He gestures kind of like off to the side. Yes, we do have books for the
Younger
elementary reader.
audience. There you go.
Yes.
This is our young adult fiction section.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Mittens is gonna
Oh,
lean
it's
in
all-
around Beery and be like, "Where's your rare book section?"
I hope there is a story about Plesiosaurus awakening and suddenly having to deal with life. A how-to guide, you could say.
Hmm.
Oh man.
That would be in YA, I'm just saying.
Oh look,
chicken noodle soup for the Plesiosaurus soul.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Oh boy.
Chicken noodle soup for the awakened soul?
It was a
Ooh.
93rd edition.
Oh.
Yeah.
Involuntarily awakened.
So
Okay,
you've been
go.
gifted. So you've been gifted sentience.
Again, pulls up a chair and sits on it backwards.
So you've been gifted curse, depends on your point of view, with sentience.
You've been granted sentience there.
Hmm.
Yeah. You are now aware of your immortality. You're welcome. Anyway, that's the end
Sentience
of
has
the
been
book.
rested upon your mind. Enjoy. All right.
Anyways, but when he well, to answer Mitten's question, when he does talk about rare books, you see the elf bookkeeper gets a little guarded at the question and says, "Oh, that's only for certain clientele. I assure you, it's all kept under lock and key. But yes, we do specialize in some rare findings. If if the price is right."
Fair. Well, it sounds good to me. Could you just point them out for me? This side of the store, that side of the store.
No. He pulls out like a small, like it's almost like a wine menu sort of, but it's like listing like what he currently has in his inventory and stuff like that. He goes, I'm afraid I cannot allow window shopping, as it were, for such rare literature and books, tomes, as it were.
Ben is just gonna
Anyways.
say like, okay, that's great, thank you, noted, and walks on, and then just writes down "Spine of the World Bookstore" on a piece of paper and slides it in his pocket.
Guy, I'd probably take him in a fight. Anyways, but yes, for the reading, for the learned reader, I don't know. I guess there would be like a hooked on
Wait,
phonics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phonics for phoenixes or something like that. It's like the ABCs of Faerun, and it's like B is for basilisk and stuff like that, and or beholder, and
It's basically
so
a monster manual.
yeah, sure.
It's just an ABC order.
Yeah. C is for cloaker. Yeah, and it's like it's worn, like the pages are kind of yellowed, but there's a little sticker on the back that's like
Yeah.
three silver or something like that. A is for aboleth. It'll drain your mind.
All right, and
It's got a
what about that?
rhyme.
What about
Yeah.
that map of
Mhm.
Icewind Dale we talked about?
A map of Icewind Dale. Okay, you need to roll me a percentile dice for that.
That's like tough, right? Now to
Yeah.
get.
The only
Yeah.
the only piece of a map that we have was one that we took
And we
from
forced him to
East
give back.
Haven.
A
We
lot
took
of-
from East Haven's town hall, and it was only of like that section of 10 towns.
13's my lucky number. Don't let it betray me.
13, unfortunately, is not lucky. So-
Maps are like not a thing that really exists for a lot of Icewind Dale.
Yeah, a lot. He starts to see your frustration, and he goes, "Okay, you have to understand before you break this store, because you're as tall as the ceiling is. A lot of Icewind Dale is uncharted. It's primeval territory.
Talking a general road map, a small
That's why you have
atlas.
Swift.
That's true.
The guides wouldn't be necessary if maps existed.
Didn't we steal a map?
That was the only
Yeah.
piece of a map that we have was from like the East Haven section of 10
Yeah.
towns.
Oh.
We had to give it back.
No, we still have it.
Yeah,
We got to
kept it.
keep that.
He was just
Yeah.
like, "Don't do it again."
I was just
I
pressured.
remember there was like a 30-minute long discussion about like the morality of stealing a map.
Well, I remember Swift was just like, maybe we shouldn't steal from the guy who's been like really good to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it did display the map or the area that East Haven is on, which is Lac Denishir, and it also revealed the locations of Caer Konig and Caer Denivel.
Right.
So
So like that's what we have.
Got it. Just worth a shot.
yes, I am
We're gonna-
sorry.
It's okay. I will not break your shop. I promise. I am under control. I am just big and loud. And I
Comes
paid
around.
them my tiny silvers for the book.
You just like
Very
you just like
elegant.
crouching because you're almost hitting the ceiling. You pull out a little coin purse and just drop three.
she's just gonna be like the Incredible Hulk with the tacos.
just handing 3 silver to the shopkeeper.
Yeah, and he goes, "Thank you. Enjoy your purchase." as he hands you the like the receipt for the ABCs of the Sword Coast or something like that.
I'm sure my nephew will. Bye.
My nephew.
Yeah.
I literally had to stop. I was like, I don't even know if it's a male or female. I don't know.
I mean, we didn't check the undercarriage of Plessy. We just kind of.
I'm not doing that.
Can Plessy read?
Plessy doesn't know how to read. Plessy is completely. Plessy was granted when.
Wait,
you're awake,
Plessy
when you're-
knows how to read? Oh no, why'd I buy the ABCs then?
Plus, he asked us for books.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yes,
not well
that's right.
educated though.
Can I go back and exchange this for something a little higher?
Oh my god.
Could we have the
You're
middle,
like,
middle
It's too
school
late.
level?
We've already done it. No refunds.
What is this
Wait.
garbage?
Wait, do you guys have the Maze Runner? I just realized I don't want.
You guys have something a step above this just in case?
Swift is like drinking in the East Side Tavern, just like sighing for some reason.
I know they're doing something. I know there's shenanigans.
I'm
going on.
gonna just go back in and buy another book that's a step above that and whatever it is.
Okay, so you buy like a young adult fiction book.
There we go.
It features a society where everyone is broken off into different classes, but yet there's one girl that stands out, and she's in the
Oh,
middle of a love
no.
triangle.
All of
Which
them.
which
okay.
one is it?
You got all of them. All right.
That roll on a table, and I'll
Yeah.
figure. I'll tell you
they're
which one.
all they're all plesiosauruses.
It's the Hunger Maze Giver.
This is-
Ooh.
This is our fiction for plesiosaurus section.
Very specific, but we got it.
Fish
Hungry
and where to
Plessy.
find them.
Enough of this.
God,
Alright.
yeah, okay.
Enough of this.
How to not kill fishermen. Anyways.
Mittens, do you want to go visit Plessy?
Yeah, that's fine. I know where the loot is here. I can
How
run back
far
later.
is Plessy from here?
I
Because
don't know. It's gonna
she
go
was
out to the
like
water.
it was pretty close when we were in Targos,
Mhm.
but like we're not close to Targos. This is a
You're gonna go to
huge
the
lake.
water. Be like,
Let me.
She said that we could go down to the water and call out to her, and she would show up.
Hey, they said
say.
don't.
Sorry,
mix
I
it.
know. I
We
just
don't know.
changed. I literally just changed genders like 3 times. So hey, okay, yes.
Swift questions the actual truth of that statement.
Let me see.
Fear's gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, Mayor Doolden is one of the larger. Actually, it's the largest lake of 10 towns of the 2.
oh,
From here, let's see. If you were to sail to roughly where Plessy was, it would take. It would probably be about like an hour and a half there, sailing, like as the crow flies.
and
Not
we need a
bad.
boat too. We don't have a boat, right?
You
That's
do
not the goal anyway, right? We're just
Yeah.
gonna go. Okay, I
Yeah.
was
Wait
like,
a
wait,
minute.
why are we getting boats?
This is entirely
I was either gonna
off
head like
script.
over here, or I was gonna go out to this one and just like grab an oar and pat, Plessy.
You need that boat? All right, no, you don't.
I'm gonna take the boat. I'm just gonna go out to the end of the dock and wait for Plessy.
If that's what
Yeah.
if that's what Plessy said,
Do the
that's
Plessy
how it works.
call.
Yeah, did they give you a password or something?
I
No,
asked.
Ple-
I asked then.
Here, Plessy, Plessy, Plessy.
Plessy didn't give you a conch or anything to blow to
Oh.
summon Plessy.
Oh, no
I
magic
asked.
conch.
Unfortunately.
We're going back to Targos. We could just.
I know.
Yeah.
But what else are we doing?
I mean,
We're going-
we could just skip to the next day, but
Oh, that's true. All right,
Yeah.
let's skip to the next
we
day.
could
then.
go. We could go to Lonelywood.
All right,
Let's
so
go to Lonelywood. I'll
Is
save
that
these for
what-
later. We're going back to Targos. I'll save the books for later. No. I am getting the vibe. We should move on. You are right. It's
Before-
already like 8 o'clock. Let's keep this trucking.
Before we leave
I
town,
mean,
I do want to send a letter to B person.
B person.
Yes, I want to
Yeah,
send a
person.
letter full thieves can't. It's gonna be like, hey purse, I was wondering how the lasagna tasted at our dinner party the other day, and if you wanted any more lasagna, I have leftovers. Give me a call,
Give
then-
me a call.
and then we'll send it. Yes.
Give me a little ring.
No one knows what it means but him.
I don't think anyone would know what lasagna is.
B person gets the letter and just like, what the fuck is he talking about?
What the hell is lasagna?
I forgot what the lasagna code word was. Damn it.
What is lasagna?
fuck. Now I'm really hungry.
That was pretty
Tomatoes.
good. I don't know.
Tomatoes don't exist in Icewind What?
What the fuck is a marinara? Anyways,
Not that Swift knows about yet. Tomatoes
Alright,
gonna blow Swift's mind.
so because you never messed with Derek or anything like that, he only charges you like a silver as opposed to 2 gold that he charged Octavio.
Nice.
I do remember he severely spiked the price for Octavio.
Thank
He's just like, okay, sure.
Sure, here you go.
Your definition of Octavio just existing is like spiting Derek.
It spites me who controls Derek. So
Octavio's very existence is an insult to the DM.
every now and then I will get justice for the doors incident of Curse of Strahd. So
Can't hold
One
those
gold
grudges
at a
from
time.
campaign to campaign.
Yeah, we'll see about
I
that.
imagine at Derek's place. I
We
like,
played Saltmarsh. I felt like that was payback for every rune trap in Dragon Heist from Andrew.
This is true.
Like, you exploded me in a campaign, I'm going to ruin yours. No, I'm kidding.
Haha, now for the Crab Shack.
yes.
Anyway,
We're mixing universes.
Oh no, okay, yeah, sorry, moving on.
Do we need to get our axe
Okay.
beaks or
I need to get our acts together.
ha?
I mean,
There
all
it is.
of our X peaks are currently being cared for at the east side.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, no, these aren't your axe beaks. These are
Well,
just
our-
axe.
Ours
Our
now.
X peaks.
Your
one
axe
of them
beaks
is
are
mine.
still in. Targos, except for Inky. You guys
He's
don't know where
MIA.
Inky is.
Well,
I currently know.
and Zephyr. I have Zephyr.
Yeah, well, yes, you have Zephyr,
Yeah.
but the rest are just they've been lounging in the Targo stables for like the past.
Semantically
4
inclined.
days.
These are Targos' X Peaks. The X Peaks that specifically belong to Targos.
Right.
And we don't have the titles for these ones.
No.
And we
don't
still have the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Oh
forgot.
yeah, the jail card, right?
The cart is like parked outside of town and stuff like
We
that.
probably brought it up to the east side.
You could fit a
All
lot
covered
in that
in
thing.
blood.
We cleaned it. Sure.
Totally
Okay.
cleaned it. You missed that
Oh.
part.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
The blood
The
was
car-
on
the
the
car wash.
blood was on the interior.
Do not gaslight your DM.
There was a
Either way,
Thing,
our
doing a car wash.
transportation is there. We can use it.
Yes, you do have transportation, but it's not your transportation. It's, you know,
I mean, it might as well be. We don't have to give it back.
these are just rental cars. You mean after that session where I played the Chocobo song, you're not connected to your ass speaks at all?
We're going
Mittens-
back. We're
Mittens
just not
misses
doing
something.
it yet.
Anyways, so
Oh my god.
all right, so you guys are gonna go to sleep. Go to sleep now.
I know. I thought we already did. I thought we were on the next day.
Oh, okay. All right. So now it's the next day. All right. The town is all a bustle. Word must have gotten out by some way, shape, or form that the the mines have been taken care of, whatnot. And indeed, as you arise to the lack of morning sun,
Just how I left it.
I keep forgetting that there's no sun in this campaign, and
Me
and
too.
I hate it.
Do you awaken to continual darkness?
You awaken to the cry of the town crier. Oh shit! You know,
Whoa.
saying like, you know, like,
Richard bells.
Hey, yay!
yeah, like extra. Local, no, what's it? Gang of ragtag
Door-
do-gooders saves mine with nary a drop of blood spilt. More at 11.
The door knockers
Um,
are running around everywhere.
We don't tell them
Yeah.
about the one kobold that died.
Shut the fuck up about
Nope,
that.
nobody will find the body.
Actually, no. Oh yeah, no, there was a kobold that died, but nobody will find the body, so that's fine. I forgot.
That
I'm like,
guy's
wait,
not
no.
talking. They're not talking.
Mm,
We'll blame it on
Anyways.
the possession.
yeah.
Blame it on
Anyways,
the double dead guy.
so yes, the town is all alight with the news that more than likely leaked from a reliable source in town hall that the mines have been dealt with and taken care of. The occasion, much to Swift's delight, is punctuated by the unveiling of a new street art statue.
I did not ask to be part of this.
which consists of a man with a horrified expression on his face as he holds an egg in an outstretched hand, as another man's head pops out from the egg, and it's simply titled Motherhood.
Wow.
Yeah, so make of that what you will.
No.
I don't know if I want to.
I fucking hate this place.
Swift, I think is that your face popping out of the egg?
I don't want to know.
I think it is.
I don't want to know.
Oh,
They
no.
have your scowl down to a T. It's uncanny.
If you like, I would like to. I can stream of conscious more art pieces for you.
Please. I would like to leave.
Just give us a description of everything we pass on the way out.
Eat your eat your eggs and let's go.
Okay. You pass by under the wooden archway that resembles a djinn half squat for some reason. And I don't know. I could keep going, but we'll be here all day.
Who keeps making these and how do they keep making money?
It's Tourmaline. It's the town of arts. That's why there's a used and, bookstore and gold and silversmiths.
Who's buying this art though?
Oh, Swift! Look, that's the one my thing the ex-fling did for me.
I do
It
not.
just-
I do not see it.
It's a solid block of marble. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. It's just a solid block of marble.
This just feels like a waste of material.
It was. She's really bad.
You pass by a rare Banksy.
Oh,
Yeah. And then because you looked at it, the rune activates and it self-destructs. Never
Great.
to be seen again.
Art.
I like. No, you know
Finally.
what? I like that one. It means I do not have to look at it ever again.
But then it reforms into a different Banksy.
mm.
God damn it.
Anyways. All right. So if you guys are actually going to go to Lonelywood, let's stop dicking around, people. If you guys are actually going to go to Lonelywood, the way to go to Lonelywood is here.
A lonely one.
It's a lonely one.
Go
It
to
says,
the
it says it
Lonelywood.
right there. Wow.
The arrow.
I
There
hope
it
there's
is.
a beautifully like artistic, comical sign on the. Oh, there definitely is. Just
Mhm.
on the path there. 85
like-
different colors.
There's only 2 directions we can
At
go.
least this one is functional. I
Yeah,
would
it'll be-
prefer if it was just a plain wooden sign, though.
It says you're thanks for stopping by Tourmaline. You've been a real gem.
Oh my god.
Got him.
All right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
We're never coming back.
Fuck this town.
What is it,
Oh, man.
Art?
I inherited my distaste for Tourmaline from Lonelywood.
but as you are making your way down the streets, you do see that there are people like they'll be saying stuff, and then as you approach, they'll be like, and it's not like they're afraid of you, but it's like, it's like sort of like it's them kind of a like vibe you're getting from these people.
Beery puffs up her chest a little bit and flexes as they walk.
Okay, so are we just gonna head this way towards Lonelywood?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Grab the axe beaks and hit the road
Okay.
trail.
If you could so kindly move your tokens over to part of.
Lonelywood.
Okay, so you actually get about this far.
Oh.
The group does. As you're riding out of Lonelywood, you see Axe Beacon Toe. You see or rather you don't see. What happens is you head out to this intersection, and suddenly there's a lot of shouting and yelling and barking coming from your right. I need to see some perception checks real quick.
Wait a second.
Barking.
Barking, borking.
does
Oh.
my passive perception notice anything?
What is your passive perception again?
19.
Min's ears perked up as soon as he
Oh,
heard the barking.
damn it! Jose just reminded me something. I was like, "Fuck." Okay, so you're able to see just in time a teams of dog sleds skidding to a halt so violently and so quickly that one of them, like two of them, are like kind of like they hit the brakes, they pull back on the reins, and two of them actually kind of like skirt up into a snowbank, and one of them plops over because of it. When that happens, you see that the riders of the dog teams, there's 4 of them. They're all scrambling to assist the sleds that fell over, the canopy covered sleds that fell over.
Can I hop out and help?
You certainly can. And when that happens, you hear one of the riders, and keep in mind they're all covered in cold winter clothing. One of them starts shouting in a rather vicious manner, strewn with curse words and obscenities. Saying stuff like, "Oh, what the fuck you coming out here in like pulling out like that for? You can't look both ways, and you sons of bitches and whatnot, and the voice sounds oddly familiar. You can't quite place it, but
No.
it does sound female, and the person's like angrily throwing stuff back on the cart and like whatever supplies and
It's
goods
Torga.
that fell from the, that
Team
fell from the
Torga.
cart.
As soon as
Oh,
I heard
no.
dogs and a
It's
team, I was like,
Torga.
fuck.
And when you go to approach, you know, the
No, as soon as I hear Torga's voice, I immediately turn back around. Fuck no. Hell no. I know that voice.
it's
Sorry.
she's already seen you. Unfortunately.
I tried to hit the swerve on that one.
Ah.
As soon
Ah.
as you get, you're just like, no.
As soon as I hit the full turnaround, I'm sure she spotted me.
Yeah.
You like
And
do
she goes-
that?
and she goes, "You like to," and Barry, you can feel the eyes burning in the back of your skull when she says this.
I turned around and just, hey Torga, how you been?
Long
Don't
time no
I-
see.
Don't how you've been me. You know what you did? You ruined me.
You ruined yourself. Look at yourself. She's probably like, covered in snow,
Covered in snow and
looking like a hot mess.
and stuff like that. And she goes on railing into Barry and stuff like that. And says, you took away two of the most profitable towns and Goodmead off of my trading route. Do you realize how much you've cut into my personal finances with this? She says in kind of a slurring manner. She might.
Say loud enough for whoever's on the street to hear.
Oh yeah.
Well, at least sorry. Hold on. I need to come up with my retort.
I think Swift like comes up at this point and says, no, maybe perhaps you should have thought of that before you teamed up with a murderer.
That man was a yeah. What he
that.
was.
I need another cup of coffee. I'm so sorry.
Just like piggybacks off of that.
Uh-huh. That. What?
He was gainfully employed under my services, and he was damn good at what he did.
Oh,
Murder.
killing
We're
people.
assisting a murderer. Going town to town, murdering people. Again, saying this loud enough for anybody around to hear.
Really murdering.
Murder!
The other two of you, Mittens and Gar, because of your perception checks, while Barry and Swift are getting into it with Torga, you notice that from one of the tipped carts that that the other dwarves are trying to correct, you see they're like, all right, on three, and they tip one over, and out from underneath the canopy you see a ringed hand like flop out from, and one is like, oh shit, and like tries to shove it back under the canopy
That
real quick.
Murderer's body?
I don't know. Wait, are you asking me or are you asking Torga that?
I'm asking Torga that.
And she's like, hold on.
No.
Jose just
No.
says twin spell firebolt.
I just kind of like leaned into Swift, like, do you think she's trying to like resurrect him?
I mean, did I see
Oh,
it?
Possibly.
I thought you said Mittens and Gar.
Mittens and Gar.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean,
go up
with
and tell
my
them.
passive perception, I don't know if I would have seen it, but
19.
I never rolled an active perception check.
Do I see anything? Or am I too fueled with rage?
Let me see. Let me see what I would have gotten.
You know what? Actually, what?
I also would have gotten a 23.
Holy shit!
I rolled two 14s.
Wow.
Actually, fitting enough because I rolled a stealth check. Beer is the only one that doesn't see this. So she, yeah.
Hold me back. Hold me back.
So, does it look familiar? Like, is it like do we recognize the the ring or anything. You said it was a ringed hand.
It in fact does not look familiar from
Okay.
the brief glimpse that you gathered from it.
I think Swift, sort of like noticing this, sort of looks towards Torga and says, "Oh no, now what sort of ghastly business are you getting yourselves involved in up in this part of 10 towns?"
I only sell the finest goods imported from the rest of the Sword Coast, she says, looking back to the rest of her group.
That's a lie.
Imported from your victims?
And as
Stolen?
she's saying this, you see a small crowd. Sorry, you see a small crowd begin to gather because there was a fucking collision. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Bunch of rubberneckers.
yeah, exactly. You know, there's horns honking. I gotta get to work. You know, shit like that.
I gotta get to work making public art.
Yeah.
You Swift fires in there.
And then someone's like,
Sexy.
and then someone's like, maybe this is a performance art piece. And then the
Oh,
guy's like,
no.
oh yeah, you're probably right.
Oh god, how dare
Could
someone
be.
how dare someone accuse me of doing art?
We almost made it out of here.
Damn it.
The least artistic person I know.
Anyways, so this is happening while the arm has already been stuffed into the can back underneath the canopy.
Cannot be unseen.
But the townsfolk is gathering around. Meanwhile, Torga is still holding the line as to no, I am just a honest smuggler. I
Honest smuggler.
I am
You're
only
an accessory to murder.
you
you
have no proof.
Well,
Isn't that why you're banned from 2 different towns plus Goodmead?
Objection hearsay.
Oh my god.
I think you'll be tried in the court of public.
You know,
opinion.
Torga, we didn't start out trying to ruin you. We were simply investigating, as per the will of Bryn Shander.
but ruin you did.
I would
These
say it's
people-
an unfortunate byproduct, but
She said
You shouldn't have been doing something so dumb and illegal.
and now she addresses the crowd. These busybodies stuck their nose into my business and ruined my trade. And there's people like, oh my god, you know, as this is going on.
This supposed traitor was assisting a murderer by taking them town to town to murder you good townsfolk.
Ooh, okay, okay. I need to see a charisma check.
Can I do intimidation? Because I'm intimidating with the fear of murder.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
the fear of murder. Ooh, well,
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
turns out you didn't need it.
Nope.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
And she says the only thing I've murdered was prices. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a witty retort myself. I'm also coming up blank.
I know.
goes-
Right?
She goes. No, I've never dealt with anything nefarious as that. I would never bring harm to 10 towners. In fact, I bring them goods instead of
You brought a murderer to
Yes.
3 different
big
of
hours.
the 3 out of 10 towns, and had at least plus 6, 7 times you had somebody murdered.
That is not true. In fact, doesn't the murderer closely fit the description of one of your own? She says, pointing at Mittens.
Don't bring me into this.
What?
Don't-
No, it's not at all.
Swift puts a hand.
I will lift
Swift.
that canvas up and show the people.
Swift puts a hand on Beery's arm, and just sort of like looks up at her and says, "We're making a scene."
I mean, yeah.
Torga,
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Torga. As far as I'm concerned, our business with each other is finished. We don't have to do this.
What are we gonna gain?
You could go back to hawking your low prices for goods to the people of Icewind Dale,
And
It
then
does
she
not
got murder on the side.
It does not concern me. We killed the murderer, Yuri. He's dead.
Just
But
saying, she has a murder on the side. Which sucks.
understandable, yes, but what do we gain by doing this? Is my question.
Satisfaction. Glory.
I have less competition in my smuggling ring.
Fine. I will back you up
Tax.
in whatever you decide to do, but I'm staying out of it.
I'm
And
also staying out of it.
Swift goes back to the axe beaks.
Fair points, all. Anyways, she doesn't even like consider what, unfortunately, what Swift says. I considered it as a DM, but Torga as a person did not, because Torga is a
Vengeful.
raging, vengeful bitch of a person.
And apparently also alcoholic.
Well,
After Swift walks away, I just want to like yell at Torga, just like, if any harm comes to these townspeople, I will find you.
oh, you know where to find me. You know where to find. I'm right here.
Are you gonna stay here, or are you gonna go? Like,
No,
No.
tomorrow I'm gonna go to.
where are you gonna go
You know my
tomorrow?
route.
We know to find.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
we
where
know
we're
the
going.
route. We know
Well,
where
we
you're
know,
gonna be.
we
We
know
know where
three
you're going.
places. We know 3 places we won't find you.
We'll see you again real
Aha.
soon,
Got 'em.
Torga. Torga, lukewarm veins.
Enjoy your band of merry dummies over here.
Oh,
Flipping
Can
cards.
when Swift goes back to the axe beaks, can I try and like slip into the shadows to like disappear? Because I want to check the ring on that body.
Yes.
I want to try and sneak over there and see if I can't learn something about what they have under the cart.
While I was still
Uh,
yelling at her.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Just a normal stealth check or
Yeah, just a normal stealth check.
only a 13, unfortunately.
Oh,
I am.
wow.
I would be. I don't know how much light they have on the carts.
They're dwarves, so they don't have lights because.
So I
they-
would, even with advantage, then it's still a 13.
That's still enough. So
Okay.
you're good. Yeah. They're distracted and
Okay.
they don't have very good perception
Yeah.
to begin with.
So I just kind of want to like lift up the canvas that we saw the body, like the hand, come out from underneath, and I want to see. I want to see just a quick look, see what I can figure out.
Steal the ring.
Okay,
Mins
hold
is
on.
whispering to you from across the
You just see me. The ring. The ring.
Well, we'll see depending on what I learn. Swift isn't a larcenist.
Unless it's important to the, investigation.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if it's important, then yes, Swift will take it probably, but because this is a body, they killed someone or are smuggling a dead body somewhere, or
Okay, so the ring seems like a signet ring of some house you don't recognize.
okay.
But when you do you peer under the canopy, or are you just looking at the ring itself?
I'm just like taking a quick look under. Yeah.
Okay, so what you see under, thanks to your dark vision, what you see under is that it's not the body of Cephik Caltro. In fact, it seems to be a half elf that has died from what appears to be an apparent stab wound in the chest.
Half elf.
Yes.
Wait, do I recognize the half elf?
This half elf does not seem. If you have seen it, you've already forgotten the face. It
Okay, so it wasn't Oust.
I mean,
From
she's
David.
she's
Okay.
currently transporting a murdered body. I think that's a really good thing to bring. It just
Yeah. So it's only one body though, right?
yes.
It's
Okay.
fine then. Just one.
No,
So-
it's just the top of a stack of
Can we-
Do
bodies.
do we know? So it's a signet from a house of a family I don't recognize, but is it a signet? Like, is it something from Icewind Dale? Like, is it a person from Icewind Dale or a person from somewhere else?
You're honestly not entirely sure.
So
you
can I remember the signet and like see if anybody else knows?
yes,
Okay.
it is. The signet is an eagle, clutching like a diamond with both of its claws, and it's it has like obviously a spread eagle and like the face is turned to one side.
Cool.
It's a gold eagle on a red background.
Gold on red.
Mm-hmm. And you imagine the red's probably like enamel or something.
Okay. What? So yeah, Swift. Okay. With that, Swift sneaks back.
All right.
Yep, he's dead.
Oh yeah. so this
Actually,
argument
no,
is...
Swift does take the ring.
I mean, why not, right? Like, what are they gonna
Swift does
do?
take the ring.
How are they gonna know?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
roll.
Swift doesn't have to remember. Swift can just take the ring.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Do you want me to roll another stealth check? Or
Yes, please, because you're gonna try to take a ring. You're gonna try to take a metallic ring off of a frozen dead corpse. So
If it doesn't
Well, I
work, just
rolled-
throw back
I
the.
rolled really bad before, so maybe
Yeah.
18.
Nice.
Ah!
Much higher.
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
or
you
20 or 21 if I'm invisible, but
yeah, it's fine. It's still you're just like it just whoop, and it comes right off. And actually, to your kind of disgust, you actually like you turn it and you hear like a snap noise,
like
and then
skin
kinda-
ripping off.
Yeah, it
Ugh.
kind of slides right off, and there's a bit of
Yes.
a gloss on the inside. You try not to think about it.
Mm,
Don't get it too warm.
Yes, yeah, but yes, no, you now have this gold signet ring.
Cool. I want.
Yeah.
Note that.
It is hefty. You imagine it's probably, if not solid gold, probably some kind of gold alloy or whatever.
Cool.
So this is all happening while the rest of the group is arguing with Torga. So what do you do upon your return to the Axe Peak, Swift?
I mean, Swift is gonna just keep it in their pocket for now. It isn't gonna show anybody until we're not near Torga.
Okay. And what is the rest of the group doing while this is happening with Swift?
I'm walking away from arguing with Torga, and I'm like, we'll be back! If we see you here and
do
anything has
these.
happened, I swear! I swear!
You ain't seen the last of me, you big bitch. Like she says under her, under her voice.
What?
I said bitch. Someone's like, did you really? Yeah, I totally did.
Yeah, totally.
I said,
You really called Torga?
Yeah.
You said that to Torga?
Did you really call Barry a bitch? Yeah, totally. I said bitch.
yeah, I just hit it with a quick. What? What was that? Got something to say?
She is.
Yeah, she called you a bitch.
Fuck you.
you just you show up from the right after being invisible.
I'm sorry.
I heard her while I was over there.
Yeah, I heard it when I was over there. She called you a bitch.
You see,
No,
you.
little thing.
Torga is brash and prone to outbursts, but she's not stupid. She's not going to try to do anything violent here in her, she's not going to shit where she eats, to put it bluntly.
One of the 7 towns that she has access to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Get her banned from a 4th.
I will happily get her banned
She's-
from 4th. I don't know why, but she is like my mortal enemy for some reason.
Good. We can
I know why.
That's true.
to be fair, Goodmead wasn't that big of a loss for her. East Haven and Branchander are the two biggest,
Maybe she
know.
shouldn't have been accessory to murder. Like a dumbass bitch.
well,
I say this as I'm writing out of my axe speaks.
Swift is just like looking over at Beard, just like
But you see,
it's like, yeah, I guess.
and I said, bitch, as you-
Mm,
Right
it's-
away.
mhm,
I say it loudly.
mhm.
but
I said, bitch. I was like,
but you see, as this is happening, the group not the group, the town, the people, the dynamic. It's like going between you and Torga and stuff like that, because Torga was like a trusted member of society at one point, blah blah blah. But you know, the whole
We just recently
you-
saved them.
yeah. So it's like, you know, they're kind of, and so there's a lot of gossip that happens as you know, there's a lot of murmuring in the crowd and whatnot, and you hear as you ride off into the distance, you hear Torga being like, "Well, what? This show's over. You know, why don't you paint a painting? It'll last longer." And sure enough, someone
Yeah,
says,
someone's like, I will.
"Oh yeah, you know,
I
hey,
already
Come back.
started.
Pitching
Go.
this entire interaction. It's going in the afternoon post.
There's a public mural when we come back. A Beery like a caricature of Beery and Torga just like spit flying out of their mouths, yelling at each other.
Frozen. It's
like a
two
full-
storms.
it's like a political cartoon or
Oh
something."
my
like
God.
that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But yeah, so now everyone is talking about you guys here in Tourmaline.
Hopefully, Torga what a murderous. Jeez.
Swift is just like, this is the absolute last thing that I wanted. I would just like to
no,
not-
she'll try to stab me in the throat.
True, we can trust her to hate us.
There you go.
As you guys pass by a public sculpture that's literally just like eye beams that are all mashed together and whatnot.
Love it.
Oh, it's actually just a wood pile, but someone put a display sign, like a sign next to it.
Found art. It's found art.
It was
Oh,
a
yes.
pile of wood, and someone as a joke put a title on it, and everyone just bought into it.
Like,
So-
wow, look at this.
They actually became the top artist in Tourmaline at that point.
And that pile of wood shavings sold for 1 million gold.
Son
It's a,
of a bitch.
it's a
And then
comic
someone
book.
lit it on fire.
And someone burned their art degree after that.
It's like somebody bought the painting, and then it turns out the bottom of the frame was a shredder, and it just as soon as it's bought.
Oh, that's like my favorite move in history. No,
Oh,
and then they
yeah.
sold it for more.
You know,
After
For-
it
Which-
was shredded, yeah.
So annoying.
Fucking-
Alright, this is me. This isn't Swift anymore. I hate I hate this shit.
I know.
I like to think Gar is secretly enjoying it, but like he knows everybody else hates it, so he's like, "Oh yeah, this is
Is he
awful."
enjoying it ironically?
Yeah,
like, this is terrible.
this is terrible. Oh wow, you guys are right.
Oh man, think of all the mushrooms that could grow in that pile of wood shavings.
As we're just continuing our way out, we see like a tree that's covered in yarn,
Hmm.
completely knit around the tree.
Nice. Yeah,
This could have been like, this is enough yarn for like 8 sweaters.
It's a tree that has a giant shirt, and it's called Tree Shirt.
Wow, look at
It's
that.
called the cost of fast fashion.
Swift is just like,
Very direct.
just the Jackie Chan, just like,
That's Swift's reaction the entire way to Lonelywood. Every time we pass another
why-
art display.
who paid for?
I was just like, "What? You don't get it?"
We just ran out of room. Do you think this is where art goes to die?
Can we get like a D100 table of weird public art for this town?
That'd be
Sounds
awesome.
like you could just make one right now.
We should just be a website of D100
Select your
tables, I
medium.
think.
Weird public art.
Weird D100 tables, yeah.
That'd be a good one.
All right, do we make it to Lonelywood?
Yes, you guys are on your way to Lonelywood. Jesus Christ.
And when we do we take a
Zane's
break?
not
now?
here, and we're still so.
Oh God.
We're
Yeah,
making up for it. We're-
It's somehow worse than ever.
like Torga's yelling in the background, and you guys are trying to figure out what this fucking sculpture is
Yeah,
and what
there's
it
a tree
means.
with some yarn on it. There's a lot going
Hit
on.
their thesis to
promise
it
you.
just so they'd understand.
I promise
Why
you,
is
it
it-
means nothing.
It's a deep
Why is
message.
it called metamorphosis? I don't get it.
Mittens goes up to the tree and just starts clawing it.
Shredding the yarn.
Immediately makes it more valuable.
Yeah, exactly. The price just goes up.
Oh my goodness. As or whenever we get to Lonelywood, do we want to take a break since it's now almost 8:30?
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get the giggles out and take a,
Oh my god.
take a quick 10.
Yes.
Fair.
We can go ahead and take
We'll
a
come
small-
back. We'll come back stronger.
Oh, was
Ready
hungry.
for
He was
battle.
Will
hungry.
we? Will
I don't
we?
know. I don't know.
I
I
wasn't. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't expecting you guys to. I thought it was gonna be like, "Oh, Torga's here. Let's just kill her." So like, I was like,
Wow.
"Okay, yeah."
I wasn't
I'm
gonna
very-
just straight murder her in town.
I mean-
Well,
Still,
that would have been a bit much.
Yeah, it wouldn't
I'm,
look good.
I'm chaotic good. Okay, I'm not like. You
We've
know.
got like an image to maintain, I think. You know,
It's
we
true.
can't
Yeah.
It's
be killing
Swift
people.
has an image of not wanting to have an image.
Mhm.
I have nowhere else to go. I came here to not have a bounty on my head, and I still have one. So.
It's true.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we'll deal with Torga later, or will we? Anyways,
I just like the
Yeah.
idea that we're just gonna keep running back into her, like,
Yeah.
and
Gonna
just
murder her.
getting into shouting matches in random towns, and
Yeah,
just
it
nothing,
felt like
nothing
that.
ever happens.
Yeah.
Like we were just
Catch
meeting
me,
our.
catch me outside. It's that's the entire slogan of this. If I see Torga outside of town, it's going down.
So if she's coming, this is the last question I'll ask. If she's
Mhm.
coming from that direction, she came in from like the direction of Lonelywood. It's reasonable to assume that is where she was, right? There's nothing else past Tourmaline
Yeah.
in that direction.
yes. After Lonelywood,
Okay.
it's just sheer wilderness.
So we might have a little investigating to do
Yeah.
when we get to when we get to
Could be,
Lonelywood.
could be some crime tape once we get to Lonelywood.
Yeah.
It's like
For sure.
someone just died, but the body's disappeared. It's like, oh, I wonder where it went.
Oh well, we'll be right
Huh.
back.
Huh? That's weird.
Oh,
There's a
that's weird.
There's a sculptor from Tourmaline, but he was here and then he just disappeared. It's so weird. Anyways.
Mhm.
Anyways, all right, let's take a 10-minute
Alright,
break. And then
10-minute
we'll
break.
reconvene.
help me decide the. Oh, so we started leatherworking, by the way. Help me decide the Christmas D&D gift: bookmarks or dice
trays.
trays.
I mean, I might be a bit biased here. I have plenty of dice trays. I have no
I
bookmarks.
know. I feel like that's why I was like, maybe bookmarks would be nice because
Bookmarks would be cool.
yeah, everybody's reading.
Mm-hmm.
I
It'd be
actually for the Dune cast, I had to use a $1 bill for a bookmark because I did not have one. So-
I went and like found a bunch of card stock in my back stock and used some yarn and made some cute little bookmarks. I have a whole jar of them now.
I'm just saying, I would personally appreciate a book.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Good to know. Okay,
Maybe
good.
getting
Because
the
it was
leather
better.
one.
Like
It's pretty
I
fun,
ha-
actually.
I am a weird person. I have a list of crafts I want to try to add to my already very extensive crafting knowledge. Because like, there's an entire like wall of shelving right here just dedicated to crafting the supplies.
Okay.
You know what? More power to you. For
No, I think
that.
that's really like I'm just wondering like do you have to like get uncured leather and
the
then
wall.
cure it or it comes already?
Oh,
Yeah, this
wow.
that whole section, that first section is all craft supplies.
The wall.
Yeah.
The wall. That was like that's how I grew up. I grew up in a household that had a full craft room. It was a Girl Scout room, but it was a full craft room. So like, yeah, it makes sense. It's
Sure.
like a laundry room to me. It just makes sense.
to be fair, the lake house would be a really good place to start like doing tanner work.
Yeah.
So that way
Oh,
you're
yeah.
far away from society and you won't
That's
get
very true.
driven
I don't
out
want
by
to
the
get
smells.
that far into it. I just wanted to try tooling at first, and then
Oh yes. Okay.
now we have all of the supplies and all the materials, and now it's just like, what do we make next?
Yeah. Yeah, I made a
I
knife
think the
sheath.
bookmark's a good idea.
And,
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, I made a
Cool.
knife sheath, and I'm working on a wallet right now, but we ran out of glue, so in
You need
progress.
glue.
Everything's cut out and like ready
Yeah,
to go.
you
I
need
just
like
have
a
to glue it
special
and then
kind
sew
of
it.
contact cement.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
I
know. I like doing stuff like that. I like learning new skills, and that's the skill set I chose. So fuck it.
Sure.
I
No, yeah, why not? I think it's a good idea.
Also,
I
on the list is like stained glass making. So like,
I fully expect for the next campaign that we will all have our own studded leather armor to
Personalized.
fuck
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Has everyone's initial or like family crest on it.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
get
Yeah.
you get a knife sheath at best.
Yeah, I thought that like a knife sheath sounds complicated enough. I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Jesus.
When you're saying bookmark, I was like, oh, that might take a little bit of time. But then you're like, oh, I got a knife sheath already. It's like, oh, all right.
The first day we got like all of the leatherworking supplies, I made like 4 things. I made like cases for all of the various tiny tools and needles and everything else. I made like I was dying. My hands hurt.
Yeah, it's like really fine work, right? It's like really
Yeah.
careful.
Before this, I was like doing miniature making, which I'm
Hmm.
still kind of doing. But yeah. Huh. You
Yeah.
guys play video games? I do this.
No, I mean, one of those sounds way more useful.
I also play video games.
I mean, that's great and all, but my character is 173 on Elden Ring.
I
So,
know, but have
knew
you
it
tried
was
Elden
coming.
Ring?
so who's the real winner?
The person that knows how to garden and sew.
Hmm.
I know iframes. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
No, I can't compare. Not at all.
God. But do you know how to pour resin? Nah.
No idea.
Do you know how to build furniture? What up?
I've seen enough videos of people pouring resin. I could probably
That's
figure
all
it
you
out.
need
Yeah,
to do.
it's
That's
very
literally it.
easy.
You watch one, and you're like, oh, it's a 50-50 blend. You're good.
Yeah, you just mix it and pour it. What's the big deal?
Is that what these were?
This is
No,
why
I
though
think-
every
You
time
get all the bubbles out.
no, those
Ooh,
are
get the decompression chamber.
a full breakdown of that is that the teeth are made out of polymer clay. The interior is made out of air dry clay that I sculpted into there, and then hardened with super glue.
Super glue?
Yeah.
Yes, well, you can harden air dry clay with super glue to make it a
Oh.
little bit more durable, and then polyed it, and then painted it, and then polyed it like 8 more times.
How do you work with that much super glue without it sticking to yourself?
It is
Oh,
like
you
super
always
liquid
guarantee-
super glue,
yeah,
so it
it's not gonna-
instantly absorbs into everything.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, you also Stick to yourself.
Whenever I do anything with super glue, somehow my finger gets stuck together, no
It's
matter what.
always
Well.
it's always like I turn Italian when I
Yep,
start using
every
super
time.
glue.
Mhm.
Hey,
The key is
hey.
use gel super glue. It is all right. As I give out my crafting tips, let's head to Lonelywood.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what
Okay.
we're talking
So
about on the way.
yeah, I
Fear
mean,
is giving us crafting
Fear,
tips.
Fear
You
is a
guys-
hardcore crafter on the side. You had no idea.
I mean, you did make an eye patch. How good it came out, it's entirely up to Barry. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that was. Oh god.
So okay, so you guys do ride out of Tourmaline. The trail to oh, my mouse is fucking up on me. Come on. So the trail to Tourmaline that connects to Lonelywood is not too terribly far of a trip, even on foot. So you imagine it's no time at all. Atop Axe Peaks.
Mhm.
And indeed, as you leave the hustle and bustle, comparative hustle and bustle of Tourmaline, especially after that fiasco, eventually a like articulate silence falls onto the group. Nope, Sushi, don't break the silence that I'm trying to articulate. Anyways,
We refer to another group. We refer to the dogs as night creatures.
Mm.
Sushi like doesn't bark only until recently. He got some catnip, and all of a sudden now he just starts barking all the time.
Another dog
Um,
finally taught him how to bark.
He's got the
Ugh.
fix.
Our dog doesn't know how to howl, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't know how to howl, but he'll bark with the best. Anyways, we're getting off track. But yes, no, a like blanket of like comforting silence like falls onto the group. Because the trail winds around Mare Doolden, on one side you have the trees that blanket Lonelywood, and the wind picks up the sweet scent of pines, and you hear the rustling of branches, and the rustling of branches melds well with, on the other side, the sloshing noise of the frozen lake as the currents have slowed due to the ice flows, and indeed there's only like slush that coats the shores, occasionally broken up by the waves.
Lassie.
You gaze out into the lake, and you don't see Plessy. You see a stray log you think is Plessy, but it's not Plessy.
Lassie!
I'm a little out of focus.
Yeah, quite out of focus. And behind it, you see Octavio like walking.
Lassie has the books!
For some reason, he's completely nude. The snow madness has gotten to him.
Oh no! There he goes.
There he
That's it.
went.
And he died the way he lived. Anyways,
Who had 4 weeks?
He died the way he lived, fully nude? What?
I was gonna say like stupidly, but I didn't want to be rude. But
Ass naked and ass backwards? I'm confused.
Upside down on a bed.
he went out the way he came in, screaming and covered in somebody else's blood. Anyway. Anyways.
Oh,
No,
boy.
he's pixie dust right now. He's reassembling himself. That's what's
Oh
going on.
my God.
Yeah. You have Octavio. You have Octavio in a little jar right now.
Swift is just kind of enjoying the tranquility. Like, this is a very familiar sort of like juxtaposition of sounds for
yes.
Swift. So Swift's just like in his element, or in their element.
Although I don't believe the forest is favored terrain for you, correct?
It isn't, but like there would be like it would be like a familiarity, like with this like path specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, the smell of pine, and even then, even as you're traversing, you'll see off like between between the trees, you'll see the faint glow of Icewind Dale reindeers, that phantom blue, and you'll hear the cry of reindeers, and we're not getting into that discussion again about how reindeer sound.
Why would you bring it up?
YouTube reindeer noises.
Why would you bring
Because
it up?
I'm painting a picture. Okay.
Horrifying picture.
But the trail does eventually break off from the lake and indeed goes into the woods proper. And there you're just accompanied by the rustling sound of the trees, and then you can see the tops are creaking. From here you can even see the aurora borealis peeking through some of the canopies. But you don't hear the cry of that avian creature like last time. Because it would ruin the articulate silence.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I understand, Gar. But
Hey.
eventually what's up?
Oh no, go on.
Okay, sorry. But eventually the silence and indeed the darkness, because this has all just been pitch black. I don't know for you guys, Gar and Beery. I hope you guys have your torches out or not. It's
It's the
just
wrong race.
I'm assuming we have our bullseye lanterns lit.
okay.
Yeah, true.
So the woods actually kind of probably look, because of the whole like juxtaposition of like lidded area versus shadow. Like it might look a little off-putting to some of you, or might not. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know.
terrified, but they're having a great time.
Assuming this is just fine.
Yeah.
But I did light my lantern after we left town because I can't show Torgo weakness.
Mm-hmm.
She can't know you don't have dark vision.
Fuck that. Mm-mm.
I come back here, Torga, when I fucking find you, I'll kill you.
When I
Anyways.
see you in lighting, proper lighting.
Proper lighting when sun
Okay,
Here,
go on.
Torga,
is up.
run into my fist. Anyways, but yes, eventually, so you go for a brief moment, probably only about on axe speak, probably about like 5-10 minutes, but still, a brief moment. You dip into the woods. The path goes that way, and for those of you that don't have dark vision, after what seems like an excruciating amount of time in this terrifying woods, you see off in the distance an oasis of light within the darkness. You see streets lined with wrought iron wrought iron lanterns. Jeez, I could talk. I'm a DM.
Mhm.
And indeed the wood breaks, but only so much so. It's not like it even parts. It's almost like as if it just kind of like makes way a bit for some of these houses as you properly enter the town of Lonelywood.
Oh
Um,
goodness.
Oh wow, it's literally in a forest. Cool.
yeah. The town of Lonelywood, it's actually looking at it at a first glance, it's actually quite charming. The houses are snug, fit together. There's lanes. Wait, I just realized I don't have you guys on the map.
They're
We have
all
no
sweet
idea.
Cape Cod styles.
Sure, yeah, I'll take your word for it, buddy. I was so worried about getting other stuff prepared, I totally forgot to put you guys on the map. But
We're here in spirit.
boom, there you go. All right, so, but yes, so the town of Lonelywood, like the houses are rowed like so charmingly, and they're actually not houses. I know I just said houses, but don't ignore that remark. They're actually more like cottages. Like this, like the snow hugs the roofs of these houses, and it actually looks rather picturesque in some way, shape, or form. You see that there's the smell of pines is very strong here. It carries that that sweet scent, like I said before. But you also see that there is like what's the word? The berries. Help me out here.
Like juniper.
Mistletoe.
Oh, well, mistletoe.
Yeah, mistletoe and like juniper and stuff strewn along, like growing on bushes and stuff.
Ooh, good gin here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate gin.
And some, I don't know how many of you have been to Lonelywood before, but for those, I kind of wish Octavio was here for it, but that's fine. But those of you that haven't are kind of struck by how quaint the town is. Like, that would actually be a good way to put it. Like, it is quaint. It looks like a Christmas card, kind of. It looks cozy. It's charming. It has its own charisma score.
Wow.
Yes.
Christmas
Impressive.
lights. Don't
It's
even
got a
know
pretty
how.
high charisma score.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's been featured in a Hallmark Channel original movie.
Hmm.
It is definitely on one of those, like, you know, arts that you would see like in someone's mom's house around Christmas time.
If only it wasn't a
Um,
frozen hellscape.
This I mean, for a brief moment when you walk into this town, you forget the fact that Icewind Dale is in fact a frozen hellscape.
Mhm. It just
because
looks like
it seems-
nighttime here.
Yeah, it seems it's just cozy, and
Mm.
there's firelight.
Feeling
and
of like
you-
drinking a hot cider on a cool night next to a fire. But as you walk
Mm.
into the town.
Hmm.
Yes.
As
And
you walk
yeah,
in, somebody just hands everyone like a mug of cocoa.
Welcome to Lonelywood.
You look
Little
cold. Come on
marshmallows
in.
and all.
Oh, actually, I had the and yes, you do see the as is custom for every town, the town crest for Lonelywood.
Oh.
Yes,
Not very
Though,
creative.
the
Not at all.
heraldry of it.
Mm-mm.
Very
It's minimalist, yeah.
Mm.
It's the inverse pine
Uh,
tree.
Well, actually,
Yes, Mittens.
no.
Hey, I have all the art flowing through me still from the last town. I need to get it out.
That's gotta be what it is.
Everything is art.
Mittens like wearing a beret or something over there.
Yes.
Ah, yes, the
Smoking a
inverse
pipe.
pine tree.
Oh,
Actually-
no.
Actually, the top white triangle represents an icicle representing Lonelywood's northerly location, while the bottom triangle is an ivory horn representing the town's scrimshaw trade.
Nice.
What's a scrimshaw?
Did we ever get good meats?
I don't think so.
Was it a bee?
Actually,
Was it just a
Wait.
bee?
sorry,
I
you're
hope
right.
there's a
This
bee
was
on
good
it.
meats.
I
My
was
bad.
just-
There you go.
Oh,
Oh.
all right. I like that one.
I was like, I feel like there's one missing, and I was like looking through my. I was like, oh yeah, we don't have good meats.
I feel like that's a dangerous mug after
It
a
is.
while.
Oh yeah, stab yourself in the face with it.
It gets
Jesus.
it gets more dangerous as the more you use
Yeah,
it.
exactly. You
Where
start
is he stab your
swaying.
friend in the eye?
I mean, it helps with alcoholism. You can't get too terribly drunk while you're drinking it.
Too
Does that
dangerous.
one have a reason for being so spiky, or is it just
It's like a deer. It's like an antler. Like
oh
a,
an antler?
Yeah, you're making me look.
Oh, I was just wondering
No,
if
no,
you had it
no.
off the top of your head.
we're not even in good meat.
because the meat is really good there.
Works for me.
So
I'll
we're
take it.
friendly, but we get spiky when we get drunk.
I like it. I'll believe anything you say.
Yeah.
Actually, it's upright mug on a white field representing the town's meat exports and cold, snowy climates. It's supposed to be a reindeer.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a rain.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I like
So-
it better than green triangle.
Oh, I like green
I
triangle.
don't know. Inverse pine tree. That's what you
I
said.
like the
But-
clean design.
No. An icicle and a ivory horn representing scrimshaw.
White triangles.
Which scrimshaw I believe is carving made of whale bones, if I remember
Oh
correctly.
yeah, I didn't know what a scrimshaw was. Okay.
Yes.
I've heard the word,
so-
but I didn't know.
Say scroll work. Scrimshaw is scroll work, engravings, and carvings done into bone or ivory.
There you
That's
go.
so specific. Oh my god. Tourmaline gets this really specific gem, and then you've got ivory carving.
I mean, it's almost like as if these people are just trying to make the best of what they got. You know, it's like-
And mega
These-
whales.
They got-
These
Gar
guys-
scrolls in. And it's just like, man, this plane is like backwoods. Literally.
Man,
This
what,
is just
man, what a shithole this place is. But Swift. For you, I don't know if anyone else has been to Lonelywood, but Swift,
I would assume
Maybe.
Mittens has.
you would assume
He's-
correctly,
he's
and
traveled.
we'll get to what Mittens knows about Lonelywood here in a bit. Because what Mittens knows things about Lonelywood other people do not. But Swift, for you, this is almost like kind of like returning home a bit. Like, would it be a weird feeling for you to come back to Lonelywood after all this time?
Well, it hasn't been like too terribly long, probably, but I think there's like mixed feelings about it, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Like this has always been like one of Swift's favorite places in Icewind Dale. But it's not without like some like mixed feelings is probably how I would describe it, yeah.
the smell of pine, and I will elucidate what this means later, but the smell of pine and juniper berries and stuff like that, it evokes the sense of chicken and gnocchi soup for you in particular, Swift.
Soup? Oh, I'm in. Okay. I'm hungry. Let's go.
There's always soup in ice.
I know. I'm ready.
There's always a soup
Do
smith.
this.
To the ladle
A
smith.
ladle
Ladlesmith.
A ladle smith.
Get the name right.
Love soup.
Ladle
It's been a month.
Bros.
Shh.
All
Okay,
the ladlesmith
so-
bros.
So you guys are in the town of Lonelywood. There is only a couple places here that you know, or people that are native here, that would serve people. Actually, never mind. I take that back. There's literally only one place that serves people here.
Ladlesmith?
No, it is a tavern called. No, roll20. Don't do this to me. Called the Lucky Liar.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right.
Mittens
Mitten
is like,
sounds
hey
like your
guys,
kinda
like I
place."
know the place. There's this really cool spot. It's a little misleading with the name, but it's a fine establishment. We need to go. We need to
Alright.
go there. Quick stop.
Let's do it.
Warm up.
What's the accent of this place?
We'll get into what the accent.
Okay, good. Okay.
Don't you worry. We'll get to the
Is it,
accent of
very,
this place.
is it Nordic?
No.
Swift just walks past Mittens and starts heading in the direction of the Lucky Lair.
As
that's
as
cool.
you guys make your way past, you see a dwarf dressed in adorned in plaid. Like the classic red and black plaid with the flap
like it.
cap on. And you see that he's splitting wood. The actual way with a hammer and a wedge, not the way you see in the movies with an axe, because that's not how you split wood.
Oh,
No, that's not how. That's a good way to ruin an axe.
The way I've seen it is Chris Evans tearing it apart with his bare hands.
mhm.
I mean,
that's
we
the most
can do
efficient
that.
way.
Sorry.
So you see a
The
dwarf.
only one that can do that is Beery, so
So
everybody else is down.
you see a dwarf that is 6'2", that looks a lot like Chris Evans tearing a trunk in half. No.
Oh man, that's the tallest dwarf
okay.
I've ever seen in my life.
It's a giant dwarf over there. What?
I think that's just a man.
It's just a guy.
It's a giant with dwarfism, or is it a dwarf?
Oh my god, this is officially how Beery gets firewood now. Oh lord.
You punch
That
the
you're just-
trees until
I
they
just
fall,
ripped
and
the
then you
tree
rip it
apart.
apart.
You're just gonna Minecraft the trees?
I'm now storing that away in my head for an NPC at some point. It's like, oh yes, I'm a dwarf. It's like, you're 6'3".
I'm a dwarf with gigantism. Alright, don't make fun of my condition. This is discrimination. Anyway,
Filing that one away.
This is great. Okay. Woo!
You're welcome. Anyways, so as you pass by this dwarf that's like all adorned in black and red, an actual dwarf, adorned in black and red plaid. There's a scarf wrapping up his face, and he looks up to see you guys because you just ride in the town, and Gar's immediately criticizing the place, and he looks, and there's a look of recognition, and he goes, "Oh, my stars and garters, is that Swift I see there?"
Oh, no.
Uh,
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
there it is. There it is.
Sorry.
Mittens hears that and just like slinks behind Swift and like hides. He does not like that
Connect.
sound.
Swift,
Canadians.
Swift,
Oh,
do you know them?
Do I know this person?
of course you know this person.
Yeah.
You know. Unfortunately, much to your dismay, you know everybody in 10 towns because
Beery is delighted.
because 10 towns only has like literally 100 people, and
There's
and
not
it's
that
like,
many people.
when I say 100, I mean like at its peak, it was 100.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, you know this guy. He is obviously a dwarf. Sorry, it's a dwarf by the name of Thiefwood. Thiefwood. Hold on, I'm gonna put that name. Thiefwood.
Deep food.
Thiefwood. Because dwarf names are
Thufid?
weird. Thiefwood.
Thufid. Okay, I got it.
Thiefwood.
Ah, yes.
Thufid what?
The
Different.
Thiefwood.
How are things? How are things in
Oh
Lonely
well.
Wood?
Oh well, they're I think things they've been pretty hunky dory here in Lonelywood, but we got that speaker speaker Nimsy. She's trying to get the whole moose thing underway, and that I tell you what, these moose are they're a real blight on this town. I tell you, it's I mean just don't you know? Yeah, gosh.
I love Lonely
Oh,
Wood.
I do. we'd actually heard that you were having a moose problem, so I tried to make it a priority to come up and see what we could do.
Oh, well, how about that? Why don't you know what? Let me go get Darla. She'd be glad to see you, Swift, and all your
You don't
all
have
your
to.
friends. Oh no, come on in, come
Okay,
on,
okay.
grab
I
yourself
would
a heart.
love
Hey,
to.
Darla, get some hot cider ready. We got Swift's back in town, and he's brought some of his buddies. Come on, you must be chilled to the bone. Get on in here, you
Do you have
knucklehead.
any good stories about Swift?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh,
Please
Oh.
don't tell them any.
oh well,
I
I'd
would
love
love
to
to
hear
hear.
it.
I guide him away. I would love to hear everything you have to say.
How long have you known Swift?
This was a mistake.
We were only blessed by Swift for only a couple of years now, don't you know? But he was just but when they came into town, it was a terrible thing that happened to the poor feller, don't you know? But that
No, I'd love to hear it.
I'm not at liberty to say exactly. You might wanna talk to Riza. She's the one that took poor Swift in when he blew into our part of the woods, don't you know?
Bet they say
Where
our
is
part of the
she?
woods a
Is
lot.
she awake? Could she come to the party? She could come to the party, right?
Oh, I'd love to invite Riza, but actually, Swift.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Swift, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a little bit of a sidebar here with your partner.
Yes, please, by all means.
Are you guys
I will-
are you guys in the cottage?
Oh, I figured we were like at the
Do I
dining room
fit in the
table.
cottage?
Ushered in.
Yeah, do we
Yeah,
go
like-
in? Oh, okay, let's go.
It's literally like you just turn around and you turn back and all of a sudden you're inside the cottage. This
I
place,
don't know how I got here.
it smells like fresh baked bread and y'all have mugs of cider.
I don't
Oh.
remember
Stuff like-
walking in. What?
I never
Swift
want to
just
leave.
looks like not like physically like a wet kitten, but like when a wet kitten, just like the eyes are just wide, just like
What have you done to me?
oh well, that speaker Nimsy, she, you know, she needed a lot of help with the moose problem, and she, well, we tried, we couldn't get your help, of course, because you're out and about doing your business in Ten Towns. But so she hired Riza. She figured it'd be the second best because she taught you everything you know. So
You
well,
say
don't you know?
I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait. I
Okay.
can't wait to meet her.
I can't wait to meet every single member of this town.
They all
Side
have the same accent. This is
That's
the only
perfect.
accent I know.
I love it.
So-
That's fine.
sidebar out of character. Does anybody who actually saw this dead body want to bring up said dead body in any situation?
now?
Here?
I,
No,
No.
not like right this second. I just mean, do we want to ask around in Lonelywood and see if anything has happened here?
Once we've personally talked about it, maybe.
yeah.
No, I know. I'm throwing that out there. Like maybe we should start asking
We
around.
talk,
Don't-
find the
don't-
speaker.
Don't forget the dead body. But
We won't. We won't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Swift isn't going to tell these people about the
Terry
dead
doesn't know, but she won't forget that.
Thiefut and Darla aren't
Got-
gonna.
I got a hell of a story for you.
You just saw a dead guy back there. Oh.
Oh, don't you?
Oh,
We
no.
got all sorts of dead guys up in Lonelywood.
Oh, geez, the dead. Well, you know what they say: when hell is full, the dead will walk the earth. Don't you know?
Yeah, there've always been some
That was a
weirdly,
little weird.
some weirdly morbid
That was
sayings
from
in
Dawn of
Lonelywood.
the Dead.
I know, but like, just hearing them say that would be like,
There's been some strangely morbid sayings in Lonelywood. It's
everybody's like super dark, but very nice.
So friendly on the outside.
So
What's
this reminds
going on?
me of like the Midwestern sheriff from Supernatural.
Yes, that's exactly what I was
Oh my
thinking when you
God.
said the
it's
accent.
like
So sweet and innocent.
it's like Robbie's parents from Gravity Falls. They're like the cheeriest morticians, like funeral
Yes.
directors.
But anyways,
okay.
but Thufid continues his little conversations. Like I heard supposedly. I don't know how true this is, but I heard that supposedly, the speaker promised that she would give ownership of the old ramshackle to Riza if she turned in this moose head.
The ramshackle.
Like a house.
The ramshackle. You would know. Actually, Mittens would probably know what the ramshackle is too. The ramshackle was a closed inn that was actually just named the ramshackle,
Good
and
name.
it was owned by a retired sawyer named DeGroots. However, one day they found him in the common room, hanged by the neck on one of the rafters.
Oh,
Did he have a house signet by any chance?
It
old
was a
DeGroot.
moose.
I was gonna say this was a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
That's not very Lonelywood of him.
I
But
have Lonelywood.
but Mittens, you in particular would know that there were also whispers about DeGroots, and that perhaps he wasn't as forthright as was initially believed, and that he might not have committed suicide. He might have been suicided, as it were.
Ah.
Okay.
He might have been compelled
Yeah.
to take a short walk off a.
Off a long rafter, yes,
Oh, gosh.
or a long walk off a short rafter. But yeah, so
It's like Fargo.
oh, don't you know? Anyways, so but currently the inn has been used for just kind of like storage right now. They haven't had any like proprietors that have come up with the scratch for the property, but according to Thiffoot here, Speaker Nimsy is using it as I guess like a reward for catching the moose.
This place is full of boxes of scrimshaw and cocoa packets.
The dreaded white moose of Lonelywood.
Swift just sort of shakes their head and says, well, it's good to know that she's still doing well. Perhaps we can offer some assistance with the matter."
Oh well, that'd be just crackerjack if you could do that, Swift. Oh, we really appreciate it. We know that. Well, we know what you're all about here, Swift. And geez, that darling, you heard that? They're gonna help. Swift and his buddies are all gonna help us out. That's just great, Swift. That's just real aces.
Have you
Nope.
no? Oh, sorry. Have you heard anything about the Black Cabin recently? Have you heard anything from Macretus or anything like that?
Ears in the
Oh,
corner
my-
taking notes of everything you say. I'm just like, Black Cabin. Okay, what's that?
Well, no, we already knew about that.
No, that's okay.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'll-
Sounded ominous.
Copper Knobberknocker asked me to check in on Macretus, who
I
lives in the
forgot it
Black
was
Cabin.
called
Yeah.
the
Knobberknocker.
Black Cabin. I
Yeah.
thought I just
Oh,
remembered
how-
Macretus.
Oh, how is old Knobberknocker anyway? Don't answer that question. It's
Okay,
fine.
rhetorical.
Yeah,
Yes.
anyway.
He's living his
Like,
life.
You can't get a word in
I
edgewise.
remember. I remember.
But no, you know what? Now that you think about it, we haven't heard from old Macretus anyways. But he's gone off the reservation, don't you know? That guy, he was a well, a couple cans short of a full 6-pack if you catch my drift.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I do.
while we're in the area, I'll probably go check on him.
Oh well, if you do it, if you do that, make sure you keep yourself warm there, Swift.
I
Yeah.
am surprisingly warm, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm finally adjusting.
So make sure you cover up your ears there. You don't wanna catch frostbite.
The fur helps a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, you know what you're talking. What am I saying? I'm talking your ears off. You get out of here, you knuckleheads. You go, but yeah, go speak to the speaker, Nimsy. She knows all about this case.
I know where to find her.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, if you do, you tell her Thief Food sent you, and you put in a good word for me.
Of course, of course.
Okay. Now, if you don't mind, I got to get back to making these spinach puffs for the next town hall meeting, don't you know?
It's just sort of like just shuffles everyone out. Just like go, just leave.
Listen, I cannot wait to talk to you again. It will be a pleasure.
Oh,
What was
please
our
no.
else name? Risa? Yeah,
Oh,
Risa.
you
We'll talk
know
to her
what?
soon.
You come on back, Darla. She makes the best cobbler you ever had.
Oh
I
my
swear
God.
to God.
Gara's
We'll
never
swear
leaving.
to
back
God.
for
We
that.
might definitely come back for that.
Yep.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Swift, lead the way.
You know what? A friend of Swift is a friend of ours. He come on back whenever you want to knock down a pint
Aw.
of cider, don't you know?
And we
need the
are
pie.
Swift's friends.
Best friends. The best he's
Yes,
ever had.
yes. Best of
Best
friends,
friends.
please.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mhm.
I'm so sad Octavia's not here for this interaction.
Yeah, as we're leaving, I just kind of like lean into Swift. I'm like, makes sense why you like Octavio now.
What the fuck was that? But okay, so if you are going to go to the speaker's house, god damn it, I can select it. That'd be nice. Sorry, I shouldn't be cursing. They don't curse here on Lonelywood.
We don't take the Lord's name in vain in
No.
Lonelywood.
Jeepers! No, we don't say that kind of stuff here in Lonelywood. No, we don't.
But they do talk about the dead walking. That's fine.
That's not.
No,
that's
there's
not
things that are
profanity.
better. There's things that are better left unsaid in Lonelywood.
Sometimes dead's better, don't you know?
It's-
The ground's gone sour there, Swift, don't you know?
Believe me, it sounds bad, but it's actually something that's really innocent. They just have a really bad habit of like sayings that are really morbid for some reason.
I
So
think
Swift,
we need to get
how
out
long-
of here.
So Swift, how long did you spend here? 2 years? That's so nice. That's nice. So
A few, yeah.
oh, a few. Oh,
A few,
Oh.
3, 4.
I
How
don't.
long?
We can talk about this later.
Didn't really pick
Okay.
up the accent or anything, huh? It wasn't really like.
No,
It wasn't
mm,
did you lose
infectious
that
like
quickly? Or?
no, I was already pretty set, and we'll talk about this later.
You know, I haven't heard what a boot or don't you know from you.
Mm,
Strange.
no
I
boots.
tried very hard to not pick it up.
We'll talk about this later, and later will never arrive.
Yeah, let me get that in
You know
And
place.
what?
Swift just starts walking towards the speaker.
We will talk about this later.
Don't worry. We
Can't
all
let it
know
go.
what Swift would do.
Swift isn't even like scowling at this point. You just like Swift just has like permanent mortified expression right now, just like
And to add to the mortification, as Swift is riding down the street, you see, oh hey, look at Swift. Oh, you know, oh Riza would be great. It'd be
Everybody's
so great
inviting
if
us
Riza
into their
was here.
houses.
Yeah, and like,
please,
Stop.
yes, thank you.
children
You have to go.
are lining the street throwing flower petals in your way.
Wow.
So,
Where are you getting these? It's You've been
Stay
saving
sleeping.
You've been
Eternally
saving
dark.
this for my turn. What is happening?
Whenever a flower
They're
happens to
perfectly
grow,
Really
preserved.
lucky here.
yeah, they take it just in case you come back.
It's just like point sienna petals. Just...
okay, that part's not canon, but still. God damn it, we're supposed to get the giggles out during break. Anyways.
Oh my god.
My goodness, no, this is great. This is great stuff.
Okay, alright. So
We've almost made it to the back end of Lonelywood. We're getting there.
you can't even make it 5 feet in the lonely wood without someone like you probably can't even make it 5 feet without someone be like, oh hey, look at Swift, oh my goodness.
Oh man, there's been like
So
an entire
popular.
fucking conversation happening in chat I wasn't paying attention to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in like Twitch chat?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Oh wow.
Jose just said, why did he have to miss this session?
Jose, you're driving.
Are you still
Yeah,
driving?
you're drunk.
Okay, so
He might be home now.
Oh no, it said it took 3 hours to get there.
Yeah, it's been like 3
Oh,
hours.
whoops. Sorry, I had my audio on. I'm like, wait, why is it? Oh my god, it's still going. Stop.
What's going? I don't hear anything.
I had the Twitch stream on for a little bit, and I could like, hear myself. I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear
That's
that.
why I was hearing it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was.
Sorry, my bad. Anyways, okay, so are you guys gonna go to the speaker's house?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's just
we
like
are here.
beeline.
Okay.
It's on the way to the bar.
I don't want to talk to anybody else. Please just go.
Yes, the
Good.
bar is here, and you also know for some reason, Swift. I don't know why you would know this, but sure, why not? You also
Because I know
that
everything in this town.
you out of pure boredom, you have like wandered this town for like miles upon miles, and you know that there is a what's it? A crafting shop called the Happy Scrimshander.
Mm.
It specializes in needles and knives and ink, whatnot, all stuff for scrimshanding. Anyways, so
Grimshandy.
I mean, I don't know what the
For
proper term-
scrimshandery.
No, I mean it's just
Yeah, I was about to say scrimshander.
Wait,
it's
etching?
I'm hearing that word for
Engraving?
like the first time,
Doing
and now I'm
some
just hearing it.
scrimshander.
And now you're saying it so many times it doesn't even sound like a word anymore.
Yeah.
The word of the
Scrimshander.
day.
I mean, all words are
Scrimshander.
made up if you really think about it. Anyways, we're not going to get into the next.
That sounds like something
anyways,
someone in Lonelywood would say.
don't you know? Anyways, but so you get to the speaker's house.
There's a little doormat in front of the door that says "Bless." Oh, bless this mess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like coffee obsessed and God bless, don't
Oh
you know?
my
And small
God.
print on the bottom. But
I can't.
Live,
Why is
laugh,
don't you
love.
know on everything here?
Stop it! Burn it with fire.
Oh, don't you know?
I think Gar is actually gonna stay here. So you guys can go ahead. Pass
I
Well,
the
we
found
still
it.
haven't figured out Gar's deal yet, so that we might.
we'll roll a new character for Howard. Gar's
Yep.
just gonna retire.
Gar's gonna stay here. This is what he wanted all along.
Just
oh,
sits on a corner.
Just goes out and stares at the end of the dock.
Swift, like takes the antique but like novelty door knocker and just it's like a little moose head, just like God.
No. You press the nose and it makes a little noise.
Swift
Anyway.
like hovers the finger in front of the like just, push.
Okay, so you see that there is like it's an extra large cabin. or cottage rather. It's like a huge cottage. It looks picturesque and beautiful. But you see, like at your height, Swift, you see a little door open up, and it's like, oh my god, Swift, and then it closes, and you hear a sound that can only be described as real quick, and then the door opens to a halfling. Hold on, let me get the description correctly.
Also, don't forget your accent.
No, I'm not gonna get that. I'm not. I mean, do you want me to do the accent? Okay, fine. You know what? It's a permanent
Everybody
accent
here
now.
has it.
I actually accidentally started slipping back into it when I was trying to talk normally, so I'm probably gonna have like
Oh, it's
Probably
become a part of you. You don't you know?
going to have to go to a speech therapist teacher, don't you know? Anyways, but yeah, you see a halfling woman with auburn hair, glasses as well. She is currently adorned in like not like casual clothing, but she also has a apron on, and you see on the apron it's like cake flour. Behind her are little halfling children that are like smacking each other with swords or like play swords and shit like that, and
Ooh.
and they're running around. And as soon as the door opens, the air fills with the scent of baked goods.
Fury
And
rises off of their feet and starts to slowly drift into the house.
Like a
you
Looney Tunes character.
and she's like, "Oh, just come on in, make yourself at home." And your
I'm
friend is
so
Swift, a
sorry.
friend of ours.
Okay.
Ah, there ain't nothing to be sorry about. Get on in here. It's cold out there. You're gonna catch your death of cold. But as you walk in, you see next to the door is a precarious like staircase made of like cookbooks. And you presume, oh, that's what she stood on to look out
Oh.
the door. Parts of this house, like this is obviously a speaker's house, like she inherited it, but parts of this house are still human size, for lack of a better term. But there's like human furniture, and there's like halfling furniture and stuff like that, and like kind of like everything in between. And she's like, oh yeah, just come on in, make yourself right at home. I'll get you some. Are you guys thirsty? You hungry? Swift, are you hungry? You look like you lost some weight there, fella. Hey, how you doing?
Swift would love to have some food, as would we. That would be
That would
delightful.
be
And I would love to hear
fantastic.
any stories you have about Swift.
Oh,
Any at all.
hold on. Oh, hold on.
Oh well, I'll send someone out to go to the Lucky Liar. They got the best Ladlesmith soup on this side of 10 towns. You know what?
So Ladlesmiths.
Oh, the Ladlesmith. Oh, they're a bunch of sweethearts. Although that one in Carconig, I don't know what his deal is. Chili without beans. What's this all about? Anyways.
Are there still like kids running around?
Oh yeah. I mean this is a house. Like this is not like this is like this is a house, and there's like you smell something baking, and like the kitchen is all a clutter with like pots and pans and stuff like that, but it's not like messy. It's like still charming in a way. And like,
I don't know why, but I imagine that every time Beery raises their arm, a kid is just attached to it.
oh yeah. I mean
Trying to hang off because I'm a jungle gym. I'm a huge giant. I'm a huge person coming into their house.
They're like, oh my god, look at the big Goliath. I'm gonna climb on the Goliath, and Speaker Nimsy's like, nah, don't you do that without permission. They don't be roughhousing here, and
you look at me and she's like, what?
Yeah, you just fucking like lifting kids up left and right. And like,
yeah, I'm just walking around the room.
Yeah, like, again, stuff like that.
It's getting the exercise in for the day.
There's like 4 kids on my back.
and what's it?
I didn't know you've done this to yourself.
and Speaker. I unfortunately don't have artwork for Speaker Nimsy Huddle, but that's her name.
Man.
Yeah.
It's
but
still
there
morning.
is. Huh?
It didn't take us long to get there. It's still like morning, afternoon.
I would say it's like probably like late morning going
Okay.
into afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, approaching that. The you dealing with Thiefhood was not that long of a time, depending on who you ask.
Mhm.
For Swift, it was probably an eternity, but for everyone else, it was not nearly long enough.
Right.
Anyways, but
It felt like forever.
this unlike some of the other cottages that you came across, this one actually does have a second floor, and you see there's like a spiral staircase leading up to the second floor. And some of the kids are like, with toy swords, like haha, like fencing up and down the spiral staircase and crap. Um, but she's like, oh, if you don't mind stepping into my office right here. She gestures towards the kitchen. She's like, I was just on my way to making my latest batch of famous cookies.
Oh.
Yeah, I call them asbestos cookies because I make them as best as I can, don't you know?
Ah.
I got puns for days, people.
God.
Alright.
Also, if you eat too many of them, they might kill you because of how sweet they are.
But
That's
the only problem
a
is
worthwhile death.
I tried to contact somebody in Brinshander, don't you know? But I need the only thing I'm missing is a pinch of nutmeg, don't you know? That's the only thing these bad boys need, and that'd be perfect.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Interesting.
Make these
That's
cookies worth my
interesting.
death.
What does the nutmeg do for the cookies?
Oh well, it just adds the finishing touch. Just a little bit of nutmeg and a whole lot of love.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what makes these cookies special.
That's adorable. What
Don't forget, Minz. You have a connection in 10 towns. Or no, you have a job for Lonelywood.
I'm just okay. So I was supposed to deliver this nutmeg actually right here. Is this what you're looking for?
Oh my God, you must be the person that did Bird Person send you.
He did. You
Uh,
know person. I know. He's a great guy.
He's a swell guy. I'd like to shake your hand, don't you know?
Here you go. No claws
come
for
here.
you.
Come here. She shakes your hand, and when your hands apart, there's a ripe 10 gold in the palm of your hand.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, she slips you a tenner.
Yeah, here you go, buddy.
Oh, thank you for the prompt delivery.
I
No,
appreciate
actually,
that.
no. Actually, what she does is like, oh, come here. What's that behind your ear? Oh, it's a 10 gold. Here you go, friend.
Man, we went through a lot to get that here. It's I'm glad it's going to a good spot. And
That's literally what the nutmeg was for, by the way.
That was it. That was the whole.
Yeah. So I don't
Wow.
want you to think it was from
33
somebody else.
sessions for this.
33
This moment
sessions.
right here.
We need to have the
You're
best cookies
welcome.
now.
We need these cookies now.
One more condition. I appreciate the gold, but we need a batch of cookies with the nutmeg.
Oh, yeah, that was guaranteed the second you stepped inside. But
He
yeah,
has the
no.
biggest puppy dog eyes while also like lumbering around like 4 little halfling children.
Tell you what, as a little bit of a bonus for bringing that nutmeg, do you want to lick the spoon?
Wow. What an honor.
What an honor!
He's already on it.
I'll give that to Gar, and he
She
seems to be
she
interested.
looks back around. Beery is already on it.
You just turn away and you turn back and beer. Wait, where's Gus? I forgot about Gus.
Oh,
Oh my
I've
God,
got
it's been a
He's
whole
still in
month.
Tourmaline.
I got him.
Gus I was gonna say Gus is snuggled up with Octavio waiting
Yeah.
for him to reassemble.
Gus is huddled up to the jar that is Octavio. Anyway. But yeah, because that was a Gus thing that Barry just did to that spoon.
Either that or Gus is in Swift's hood.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll
I
say
like
that. There's a little like snow foxtail.
It actually makes sense though, considering the ring.
It does. So, and so if you guys wait, she will finish these cookies. And
We
she's
will
You're
like,
gonna tell
oh,
me embarrassing stories about Swift the entire time.
Yes. Mhm.
Yes.
oh, well, when Swift came into town, they were quite the reticent sort, weren't you, Swift? Hey, you didn't say a word to anybody, buddy.
Anybody, buddy.
That's still pretty close to accurate now.
But
Hey,
you know what? I'm sorry.
no, nothing. No.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I got some baby pictures of Swift. Who wants to see them?
Oh,
I'm
there
kidding.
we
I'm
go.
kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, so
You
we got
adolescent
some.
grumpy Swift, like with emo bangs.
Teen angst
It's like a little.
Swift.
It's like a little Swift's on a blanket, just like.
You can still see the light in their eyes.
No, anyways, that's not canon. But
I'm just hoping for like emo teenage pictures.
Yeah.
but she says no, there's no emo teenage pictures. She's like, oh yeah, we'll
We commissioned a portrait from Tourmaline.
It's a little too artsy.
the meaning of angst. That's the name of it.
It's just it's completely abstract.
It's just like
slash
the only
color.
like it's just completely recognizable, just like vacant, like just stare from Swift, just like
it's like a portrait made by like Francis Bacon. So it's
You
all
can-
like drone colors and shit.
it's somehow the eyes are like looking out, like they're looking directly out, but they're definitely not looking at the viewer. They're looking past the viewer
Mhm.
at
Anyways.
someone
Yard
beyond.
stare.
Look at this painting. You feel it in your soul.
It's like they're staring into a camera on The Office.
But it's in the speaker's house above the mantelpiece.
Just like no, that's not canon.
No,
Anyway,
this is
We're building a world.
None of this is canon. All of
anyways,
this exists in the world, but that guy with the 2 eye patches.
I might bring him back. All right, back by popular demand.
Please bring him back.
I'll have to review the tapes
It's
so I
the
can
secondary
remember what he
role.
looked like. Anyways, the speaker continues
So,
saying,
yeah.
saying, yeah, when Swift, they came by when he would, I would classify him as a young adult, and I don't want to presume. But they couldn't have been any more than I'd say like 15 or 16. You know,
It was a few
And-
years ago, yeah.
yeah, it was a minute ago. But I heard
50 were young ones.
have old man. But anyways, so she
Please,
continues.
you'll understand.
I was a bit
But-
taken aback because he's like a fair amount older than like 10 years older. It's like
But yeah, I know, right? You could have fooled me. But she goes on, it's like, yeah, there something terrible had happened to, I guess, when Swift came, they were a bit of a wild child. It grew up in the wild as a feral being, or so we thought. But then they started using words, and they were familiar with the common tongue. So we figured they must have had some sort of mentor, but something happened to whoever that person was, and we haven't heard anything about that. But yeah, something out there in the tundra of the wilderness. They got separated, don't you know? But old Riza came by with a bowl of that famous chicken gnocchi soup from Ladlesmith. That's gonna be here on the way. Let me check the Uber Eats. Yeah, it should be here any minute now. But
it's actually a guy named Uber.
yeah.
Oh, Swift, it's you!
Oh, hey, Swift. Hey there, buddy. Anyways, but yeah, old Riza came by and warmed up Swift, physically and metaphorically, so to speak, with a bowl of soup. And ever since then, they were as thick as thieves, or at least I'd like to think so. Riza took them under his or her wing, and no, don't you know?
Mhm.
So.
I actually get kind of serious at this point and just kind of like look at Swift and just like gently like pat them on the back and stop asking questions at this point.
So,
It's like, oh, okay.
But
Um,
it was the funniest thing. Apparently, Swift had a natural knack for hunting. They took to it like a knucklehead trout to water. They did.
I would don't mention knucklehead trout around mittens.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's a sensitive
Yeah,
subject.
it's please just
oh, you got a fish allergy there, friend? I'm sorry.
You
Quite.
you could say that.
Something like
quite the
that.
allergy.
Severe. Deadly.
Oh,
We
jeez.
heard that Risa has decided to help with the moose problem you've been having.
Oh, don't even get me started on that moose. Yeah, that moose. It's the thing about this moose here is that we got loggers that go out in the lonely wood, and that this is our bread and butter out there. But this moose, man, it's been terrorizing those poor fellers, and it's just. But the thing about it is, we try to track it down. It gets slips right by us every time. It's real frustrating, don't you?
Well, between Risa and I, maybe we'll have some good luck trying to find it.
Well, I promised anybody that bring me the moose's head at least 100 gold, or ownership of the ramshackle. And Riza, she's got a day's head start on you, so you know.
Well, she can have it if I have no need.
But I heard this thing. I heard tales of this moose, and I heard it ain't nothing to write home about. I can tell you that much right now. You know, I heard this thing's
That's
real brutal.
And we heard it was unusual.
can't be any worse than a Yeti, right?
Well,
Well, I don't know
Probably
anything
close
about
in
a Yeti.
size.
uh, it might be worse than a yeti.
Do we have a direction to go?
Even a normal moose under normal
Yeah.
circumstances, it's
Do we,
That's
do
true.
we have any
I
previous
wrestle
moose
regular
sightings?
mooses.
then you should know.
You actually haven't seen any. Well, I don't know if you haven't been looking out for them, but you haven't seen any moose.
Meese,
No, it's moose. The
meese,
plural for moose is moose.
meeses.
Yeah. Uh, but I mean, it. She says it does. Hold on. Let me look at the Icewind Dale proper so I can get an idea. Du-du-du. Even I have to look at a map every now and then. And I am the god of this world. She said she's. I totally don't have a power complex. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I am the god of this world.
She said you go east by northeast there. It's in unfortunately the moose seems to be in the deep woods there. Real rocky terrain. Not actually rocky. It's a more like yeah,
Like the town mascot, Rocky the Moose. Yeah.
No, that's Bullwinkle. You're thinking of Rocky the Squirrel. Anyways,
No, in this universe, it's the other way around.
I don't know what you're talking
Now in the
about.
two eye
Anyways,
patch universe, that's different.
Double
oh,
eye
you guys talk to the
patches.
Union feller over there in Targos? How's he doing?
It all comes back around.
I heard they beat the living shit out of him.
Oh no wonder
So
he
we'll
has
be
no
able
eye
to use your
patches.
tracking to find it, right? I'd imagine.
Either that or I'll find Orisa.
Yeah, let me
Huh?
try.
Sure.
Sushi, stop. Yeah. She says the only thing I can. Sorry, hold on, let me get into character here. Unfortunately, the only thing I can tell you about this moose is that they're in the woods, which I know doesn't really help you guys a lot because, well, or in lonely woods, but I mean, you can't miss it. The thing's as well, it's as big as a moose, you know what I mean? But but it's an all white moose too. It's like an
Oh,
albino.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but let me tell you, that pelt might be worth a fair share of coin.
I can imagine
Yeah,
so.
I was about to say, I'm very excited for this pelt here.
I know the local butcher here. He's been sharpening his knives at the sight of this moose. So you bring it to him, he might get you a fair share too.
Should we head out
I
like
have like 8
soon?
pelts on me.
or would this be something we'd wait to do?
I mean, it's night always.
Well, Risa has a
Yeah.
head start on us, so I'd say if the sooner we can do so, the better.
True.
And we do still need to check on Macretus.
That can wait, I think.
That's north anyway, isn't it?
Yes.
Northeast.
Yes,
That's where we're going.
northeast.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll pass it.
But
Well,
that's like outside of.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
that's
one
further.
thing at a time.
Okay.
So
I feel like
Um,
depending on what's going on with him, that might be more involved.
If only we could get lucky and he also has moose problems.
these goddamn moose keep.
They're everywhere.
There's so many moose.
I think they're attracted to the accent.
None of these
Shit.
trees are actually trees. They're all just moose.
They're
disguise.
just clumped together, and that's what they look like.
Oh wow.
We thought they were leaves. They're antlers.
Oh, you guys really pissed off the world moose.
You guys really pissed off the moose forest.
Moosagander, the
There's
world
so-
Oh
eater.
my god.
There's so many moose in the forest. You can't see the
over
you
here.
can't see the forest for the moose.
It's a moosiker.
Oh no, they aren't trees. They're just really big antlers, don't you know? Anyways, Jesus.
This is where we end the stream.
That's the line. I
Might
think
be a
if we
good
get out
point
of it.
there.
That might be a good point.
If Lisa has a head start, then we should
It's
get
a
going.
moosiker. All right, that's it, everyone. Let's.
All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm retiring off of that.
That's funny. Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
gosh. Don't you know?
Oh, don't you know? Well,
Teresa's gonna be like, "Why do you talk like that?" I'm like, "I can't help it.
I can't
Slipped
stop
into-
it.
I slipped into character and I can't get out."
I can't get a hoot. I'm
What's this whole
We're gonna be
food?
doing it for hours.
Geez, you guys got to really help me out here, fellas. Don't you know?
I'm in a real bad way.
You just gotta pretend that there isn't an issue. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
what-
That's how I was.
I
What's
taught.
wrong?
honestly, I had a weird
Yeah.
morning the other day where I just kept cycling through new accents for Alex, and I think
Oh,
he
I was
was like, I
dying.
think
Oh
he
my
thought I was having a
God.
stroke.
I was dying.
That is something someone having a stroke would do.
I was just in a weird mood. Okay, I hadn't had my coffee. I was just.
Oh Lord.
I mean,
Right.
it's kind of a cool talent having lots of accents. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Just so
Working
you
on
know, this weird Midwestern Canadian accent is the only one that I'm confident enough to carry on.
Why
in
are
this
you so
game.
good at it?
I don't know if I
Where did that?
can do an
like-
accent without laughing the entire time. That's my struggle.
That's true.
I do-
That's tough.
I don't know.
Like, have you been around a lot of like
A
people
lot of
with this accent?
Midwesterners.
A lot of mid like.
I watch a lot of Letterkenny. I guess that helps.
Yeah.
I need to watch that show.
It's so
I keep
good.
hearing about it.
First, I got a statement, then I got a question.
You will
Yeah.
love it.
Okay.
Well, that's a hay bale actually, not a straw bale.
That's
I'm
part
gonna
of
write
it.
that down so I remember.
Very
Alright,
well.
I guess I can end the stream. Thank you to everyone who
greenlit
came
this
out.
tomfuckery?
I'll do
Sorry.
the Jose exit speech here.
All
Check
right.
out the podcast, The Talk of Opportunity, on all the streaming platforms,
New episode
Spotify,
today.
iTunes, all that stuff. They do great things with beer and Dungeons and Dragons. And on
Mhm.
Thursdays, I stream games sometimes. So check that
Actually,
out. I'll be here
Podcast
tomorrow.
dropped every other week.
Podcast
Recent
drop every other week.
episode
I
dropped
don't-
today.
And
Fucking
actually,
Starfinder.
we moved on the coffee because we got too sloppy on beer, and we started to realize that drinking
Too much
and talking about
belching.
the
talking
coffee
about
episode.
mechanics was not conducive to a good.
Did it affect your
We
podcast
adjusted.
performance?
We adjusted.
There were some where like there were a couple that I had
A little
where
sloshy at the end.
where it was like half at the halfway point. I'm like, oh, that had a lot more ABV than I thought it did. or like I probably should have had some bread before I had that one.
You
I like to
stand
think there
up
was a
after
noticeable
while.
difference. Like like a switch flipped, and then the podcast is entirely different the second half.
Oh,
Hey
man.
guys, listen. So
Alright.
that was
So
a little sloshy.
let me tell you a little something about 3.5. So
Andrew, no, we don't. No, you shut up.
Real quick before we get into the end of the stream. So long, everyone who came out. We have 4 viewers still. Thank you guys.
oh wow.
Bye.
Thank you.